Your own Ludington Orioles are back in action tonight. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Safe Harbor Credit Union, Smith & Eddy Insurance, PM Builders, House of Flavors Manufacturing, Benedict's Auto Center, Indian Summer Co-op, as well as Ludington Furniture, Ludington Paint and Glass, McGee Insurance, Urca Auto Sales, and Crown & Cork. Oriole Sports Network and WMOM are teaming up to bring you exclusive coverage of tonight's game and all games this season. Without delay, let's head courtside with Todd Scoop Hansen on 102.7 WMOM and the Oriole Sports Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Ludington Oriole fans, Oriole Nation, to Ludington Oriole basketball on the Oriole Sports Network and WMOM. Scoop Hansen, the voice of the Orioles, with you on the play-by-play call, joined tonight by Kyle Grzinski doing colored commentary, and we also have the one and only Braden Kronline, our OSN WMOM technical engineer. We are proud to say this is the ninth straight weeknight, Gertzie, that we have brought Oriole Nation either Ludington girls basketball or Ludington boys basketball, and it's March Madness. We'd have it no other way.
Hey, as long as you keep winning, you keep playing, right, Scoop?
That's right.
March Madness is the best time of year, especially if you're a basketball fan, and we've been pretty fortunate over the last few years that March Madness has been good to us here in Ludington, and hopefully we get more of the same tonight. We got our girls in the quarterfinals, winning the regional championship, and let's get a district championship. And it looks like the girls, you just pointed out, they play the Frankenmuth Eagles, who are 22-2, 14-0 in their Tri-Valley Conference. So good season so far for Frankenmuth, but hopefully the Warren Stowe and the girls will have things ready to roll.
And, you know, obviously you've heard a lot about Frankenmuth from your teammate and your friend, Kyle Henyon, who is an assistant boys basketball coach, I believe.
Used to be. He stepped down. He's got a bunch of kids now, so he had to take some time to be dad, so I understand that. But very involved in the programs over there, and he said that the girls, they have a really good girls program, so it'll be a very good game for Ludington.
You've been to Frankenmuth before, right?
Yep.
I love Frankenmuth. I have some great memories of Frankenmuth. Great little town, and you know, if you're
it's a Christmas town.
Yeah, it's a Christmas town, and of course my family heritage is mainly German, Danish, and I absolutely love Frankenmuth. Ja. Das ist das Gutenleben, ja.
Das Boot. No, it's a beautiful place over there, that's for sure. But hopefully we can get over there and beat them up.
You know, we had a great time last night, Braden and myself. The road trip to Gaylord, going way up north.
Yeah.
The road trip back last night was great. Made much better because our Orioles pulled that game out by 3. Negaunee, a very tough team. Negaunee could never get more than a 3-point lead against our Orioles. And, of course, we never had more than a 3-point lead. That was the final margin right there. What a defensive struggle there. Both teams playing great defense. And I know I mentioned it several times last night. Our girls worked their tails off.
Yeah, I thought you and Evan did a fantastic job calling that game, just mainly because it was fast-paced. The girl, even though there weren't a lot of points, that game was a really good game to watch from beginning to end. And I thought that the girls obviously going in to play Frankenmuth the next game, Warren Stowe has them ready. He's been doing a fantastic job since he took over that girls program, similar to Thad Shank. Maybe Warren's got a little bit of magic up his sleeve every time it comes March.
I think he does there, Gertzie. And you mentioned it. Evan McKinley was spot on last night. He just did a phenomenal job. That was just his second time doing color commentary with me. And you talk about a proud big brother, too.
Absolutely.
Last night. He did a fantastic job. And, of course, Braden, what can I say about Braden? He does a phenomenal job each and every time.
You and Braden are co-MVPs.
No. He's our MVP. Braden is.
He does
a phenomenal job each and every time he steps forward as the OSN WMOM technical engineer. Looking at this game tonight, the Cadillac Vikings, coached by Ryan Benzenberg. They are 16-5 on the year, 7-3 co-champions of the Big North Conference, along with Traverse City Central. And then the Traverse City West and Petoskey were runners-up in that division, both at 6-4. So a very competitive conference right there.
It's a tough conference.
Really contested. There are 4 teams fighting for that Big North championship. And you look, Gertzie, their losses this year came to the Midland Chemics by just 2 points, 49-47. They lost to Mount Pleasant by just a single point, 55-54. They lost to TC West by 7, 35-28. Lost to TC Central by 15, 55-40, and they lost to Petoskey 26-23. Talk about a struggle right there. Now, the last 3 losses I just talked about, they split with those teams, actually. They also beat them. They were conference foes. So, impressive wins. Talking with Bill Barnett, who's their play-by-play man, he said that their most impressive win of the year was against, guess who? Ludington.
Ludington. Yeah. They played as well. I mean, these programs, even though our rivals, you got Manistee, you got Skyville, Cadillac's a rival for Ludington.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar programs going back to Coach McDonald days versus Thad Shank, and obviously those are the times when I played, but at the same time, very similar offensive schemes, defensive schemes, very disciplined basketball. You're going to trap when you get the opportunities, but you got to make sure that you limit the turnovers when you play teams like this, because you usually have good shooters, you have good slashers, and good all-around basketball. I'm excited for this one tonight, Scoop.
You know, this takes me back, Gertzie, to long before I was following Ludington basketball. Ludington and Cadillac, great rivalries. They were conference foes in the old North Central B Conference. And there were some great matchups. And first thing I think of when I think of Ludington Cadillac is the Mike Larson battles against Dirk Dunbar.
Okay.
I almost said
Is Dirk Dunbar a big guy like Mike Larson?
No, he wasn't a tall guy, but Dirk Dunbar was a phenomenal ball player.
Okay.
He went on to play college ball at Central Michigan. Mike went on to Toledo, of course. And then they battled. They battled there. And the last I knew, Dirk had some injuries, and he ended up playing professionally, I think, in Iceland.
Okay.
I heard.
Overseas?
But, yeah, he was a phenomenal ball player long before the three-pointer. Him and Mike Larson would really battle, and I can remember one game Ludington won like 118 to 88 or something like that. I know I'm wrong with the score.
Sure.
Where Dunbar had like 48 points or something like that. Mike Larson had 45.
Well, you got 2 studs like that, and then tonight you got 2 studs in Peyton Lacombe and this Genema kid.
Cole Genema.
But
they're both
now
game
they're
time.
injured.
They're both game time decisions, Gertzie. I got that information from both coaches. They're both kind of playing their deck. They're playing their cards close to their chest right now. They're not in it. You can't blame them. There's some gamesmanship going on. And one more thing, and I know I've been sound like a broken record on this. The Ludington boys, I've been saying this all week, they have not lost a district game since March 11th, 2016. That was at Kingsley to Benzie Central. You know Cadillac's just itching to get back and get some payback against the Orioles, because prior to that, Cadillac had like a 5-year streak of knocking Ludington out and winning district championships. Since Benzie Central won that championship in 2016, Ludington has won that district each year. In the 1 year, Ludington and Cadillac were set to play each other. The pandemic knocked that game out. So Ludington, they win tonight, Gertzie. That's 5 straight district championships.
I mean, that's bulletin board material, though, for Cadillac.
Yeah.
You see this, and you're like, let's knock them off. This is our game to take. And, I mean, that goes both ways. Obviously, Ludington's got a lot to play for because they want to continue this winning streak as long as possible. But, man, that has you prepared come March. I can promise you that. I don't care that Ludington lost to Cadillac, what was it, 20, 25?
22
the last time they played. I don't care. Dad has a different game plan. Dad also knows when they play them during the season, you might face each other in districts, so he's not going to show you all the looks.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, Gertzie, there's been times where Ludington has been beaten by Cadillac in the regular season. Ludington's come back, got revenge, and they've won the big one, the district game.
Yep.
But that's been vice versa as well. Ludington's won some games during the regular season. Cadillac's come back and knocked Ludington out. We want to thank House of Flavors Manufacturing, our exclusive pregame sponsor. Delicious House of Flavors ice cream sold around the world, made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing, proud to help keep our hometown dynamic and support Ludington Oriole sports. Producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937, and pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. That's House of Flavors Manufacturing. Learn more at www.houseofflavors.com. And boy, we the Manistee gym here filling up. The spectators coming in. Ludington and Cadillac. It doesn't get much better than this in March, Gertzie, March Madness. And the Ludington teams continue to roll, and hopefully our boys can get by a really tough Cadillac team tonight. Again, the big story point, the injuries to Cole Genema and Peyton Lacombe. Lacombe averaging 16.1 points per game. Sunshine Schillinger right now, he's at 16 points per game coming into this matchup.
Yeah, and it's hard when you got your 2 big guys on injury, but at the same time, that just means somebody's got to step up, right?
Yeah.
I thought last game we got a lot of good minutes from a lot of good players. I thought Levi Lehman really showed out last game, did a fantastic job. I thought Spencer Holmes came out and put in some good minutes. Westy, Little Country, you call him, right?
Big Country.
Big Country is he came out and put some good minutes in too. So if somebody's going to be injured, you got to have somebody that's going to step up, and that's their time to shine. So hopefully if Peyton can't get as many minutes as he normally does tonight, obviously you have David Schillinger who can fill the void, but you need to have somebody else that can step up and make some points.
Exactly, Gertz. We've got to keep it rolling. The atmosphere last night at Gaylord, Oriole Nation, the Oriole fans, the contingency that went up there, just electric atmosphere up there. Now, I got to say, I was really impressed with the Negaunee student section. I think they brought their whole school with them. We didn't have a student section up there last night. I think a lot of that had to do with the boys practicing,
Boys practice, that's still a long
boys
ride
practicing
for high
is still a
schoolers.
long ride, and I think a lot has to do with our current gas prices as well.
That could be part of it, Scoop. Yeah. I mean, when I was in high school, I didn't have a job, and I was barely scratching to fill up the gas tank.
Yep.
So I couldn't imagine driving to Gaylord to be able to pay for gas.
Gertie, we're going to be talking a lot more tonight during this game about last night's game and where our girls will be playing. That'll be Tuesday, March 15th at Cadillac High School against Frankenmuth. We'll be talking more about that as the game progresses. We'll also are going to be giving a lot of shout-outs tonight. The last couple of games.
That list.
Oh, we've got a huge list of shout-outs just like we had last night. But right now we're going to step aside and listen to the interview I did earlier today with the Oriole head coach, Thad Shank. Stay tuned, O's Nation. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the House of Flavors Manufacturing pregame coaches interview. Coach Thad Shank tonight, district championship action at Manistee against a very familiar foe. And we go, as I mentioned last night in the girls' post-game show, it's the same song and dance often in the districts, Ludington and Cadillac.
Yeah, great basketball program, great tradition. Coach Benzenberg does a phenomenal job. They've had, they're always good. They've had a really, really good year this year, 16-5 and playing in that Big North, champion of the Big North, co-champion, I guess, of the Big North, you could say. And, they took us to the woodshed the first time we played them this year. And, we're going to have to play darn good for 32 minutes to have an opportunity to win against a Cadillac team who guards and is tough to guard.
As you mentioned, you were mentioning about the game earlier during the regular season, and there's been times in the past where Cadillac has defeated your Orioles in the regular season, and then your boys have come back and paid them back in the districts, and then vice versa. That's happened the other way around, too. I know talking with a few folks, they said that win against Ludington was one of the best games Cadillac played this season.
Well, I mean, they're going to get up for us. I mean, there is no doubt about it. Obviously, you're going to get up for a district title game, but, it's been a long while since Cadillac's won a district title, and they're used to having a lot of success on the basketball end of things, and we're the ones who've been fortunate enough to have that success. So I know this game means a whole heck of a lot to them, and we'll see what happens tonight. Your team always plays with really good intensity. Of course, defense is the focus. They've really picked the defense up the last 3-4 games, Coach, and they've really picked up their shooting. The intensity and the shooting percentages really went up the last few games. Yeah, I mean, we were 20 for 29 against Big Rapids inside the three-point arc, which is, lights out shooting. So that meant, but I mean, I think part of that is we're getting good shots. I mean, we shared the ball pretty well. The box and 1 and triangle and 2 on Dave and Peyton forced us in some respects to do that. And, I mean, it's that time of year where you got to make shots. I mean, people can, talk strategy all they want, but if you can't knock down the open shot, then you're going home. So, it's good that we're making shots at this time of year. I think a number of our kids are feeling pretty confident on the catch right now. So that'll be a big part of tonight's game. Your sophomore, David Sunshine Schillinger, continues to impress. Well, I mean, he's a gifted kid. He's a gifted competitor. He stood out on Wednesday night just because he had a tough matchup with the league kid for Big Rapids and did a phenomenal job on them. I mean, we kind of go in transition when Dave's going, and yeah, I mean, tonight Cadillac's going to be well prepared for David Schillinger, and we're going to have a lot of other kids step up and play great minutes tonight. I thought Levi Lehman really had the eye of the tiger the other night, probably his best game of the season. Yeah, I mean, when we were a little bit passive on the offensive end the other night, Levi stepped up and made some big shots for us. I believe he was 6 for 6 from the floor on 1 for 1 from the line, 5 for 5 from the inside the arc. So those numbers are, what can you say about numbers like that? I mean, if we don't have those kind of numbers, we're probably not playing tonight. But Levi's been grinding away for the last couple years. I mean, he's a layman, so everybody expects the world of him, and that's not really necessarily fair. But he hasn't stepped away from that, and he's done a nice job for us.
Don't know how much you want to touch on this, Coach. There are a couple storylines tonight. Cadillac's big guy, Cole Genema, he's been injured. He didn't play in the Manistee game. Cadillac didn't need him in that Manistee game. And then your big guy, Peyton Lacombe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure in both scenarios there's game time decisions. You just, we're a few hours out. I don't know if Peyton will play tonight or not. We will have to wait and see. I know he wants to play and he'd do anything he can to be out on the court tonight, but, injuries are injuries, and same thing with the Genema kid. I know probably this game means more to him than just about anybody, so I know they both want to be on the floor tonight. We'll just have to see come tip-off who's on the floor.
Coach, in Lacombe's case, did that happen late in the game against Big Rapids, or was that early in the game? I know that I guess his ankle just puffed up, right?
No, he sprained his ankle at the beginning of that Big Rapids game,
okay.
And he got taped up and came back and played through it. But a day later, it's a different story.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Thanks, Coach. Big game tonight. What a ride it's been for both the Ludington boys and girls teams. Hopefully it continues tonight for the boys at Manistee High School against the Cadillac Vikings. The District number 35 Division II championship game, Ludington and Cadillac. Coach, your starting lineup.
We'll see. Come game time. Okay. We're still a few hours out, but we will you'll know when we walk on the floor tonight. Okay.
I'll find you then, Coach, and get your starting lineup. Good luck to you and the boys. We'll talk to you after the game. As always, go O's.
Thanks, Scoop.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Scoop Hansen, Kyle Gerzinski, Braden Kronline, the Oriole Sports Network, in collaboration with WMOM. And Gertzy, you're looking across at that scoreboard with the starters. Cadillac is going to start their big guy, Cole Genema. He's going to be wearing jersey number 22 tonight. That's a change. He usually wears 21. And the good news for Oriole Nation and all of Ludington, our big guy, the aircraft carrier, Peyton Lacombe, will be starting this ball game.
Yeah, there's no way when you're a senior and you're in a district final that you're going to be out of that game. You're going to have to amputate somebody's leg for you to sit out this game. So I'm not surprised that he's playing, but we'll also have to keep an eye on how effective he is on both sides, on Genema and Peyton, and see if they're as effective and dominant as they normally are.
You called it Wednesday night. You said, Scoop, he's out there and he's doing all he can for his team, but he's not the 100% Peyton Lacombe right now.
Yeah, he wasn't shooting well from deep, and you could just tell he wasn't getting his legs under him, and obviously that was probably affected from the ankle that was hurting. So I'm not sure when it happened, if it was in the very beginning when he got hurt.
Dad said it was in the beginning where that traveling violation was called on him right there.
So that doesn't surprise me, but Peyton's a tough kid, and you got to be mentally tough to go in and do this here tonight.
We want to thank Pure Marquette Builders, our exclusive starting lineup sponsor, located at 913 South Washington Avenue in Ludington. PM Builders construct quality homes in the West Michigan area. If you're looking to build, give Scott Latimer a call to set up an appointment, 231-398-7463. Shout out to Scott's son, Ryan, who is a big Oriole fan, and I've been seeing him lately at LHS this week when I've been going over there doing administrators in the spotlight, faculty members in the spotlight, interviewing Mark Boone, and interviewed Dan Mesher today. He'll be our principal in the spotlight. That interview will air at halftime tonight. Great guy. And, of course, when I interview like Coach Warren Stowe when I go over to the high school, I've been running into Ryan quite a bit of late. We got a lot of shout-outs. We'll be getting to those tonight. We'll be giving a lot of love to our sponsors and all they do for us, and should be quite a ball game, Gertzy.
It's going to be a great game, Scoop.
Well, at this time, we're going to step aside, and we'll be back shortly with those starting lineups for you from Manistee in this Division II District number 35 championship game. Stay tuned, O's fans.
House of Flavors Manufacturing has been producing and distributing quality ice cream since 1937. The company is a contract manufacturer of private label ice cream for some of the premier food store brands, as well as a provider of premium bulk ice cream for scoop shops and restaurants around the United States. For the 220 dedicated workers Employment at House of Flavors Manufacturing is worthwhile work as it brings fun and joy into people's daily lives and important celebrations. The business is always striving to make people smile while enjoying its delicious ice cream. House of Flavors Manufacturing is pleased to be an important corporate citizen and premier employer in the Ludington community. Yummy House of Flavors ice cream, sold around the world, is made right here in Ludington. House of Flavors Manufacturing is proud to help keep our hometown dynamic. You can learn more about House of Flavors Manufacturing at www.houseofflavors.com.
Hey Oriole Nation, this is Mike Benedict from Benedict Auto Center. We're excited to be at our new location on US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. We're just west of Amber Road. We invite you to come out and say hello, check out the new facility, see what we have to offer. We have all your collision needs. We have licensed technicians so we can get your car back on the road safely. Also, we're excited that we're almost 80 years in the business from when my grandfather and my father did it before me back in the 1940s. We're excited that we still keep the tradition going, and who knows what's going to happen leading into the future. And here at Benedict Auto Center, we're also excited to be part of the Oriole Sports Network, or OSN, as better suited by Scoop. And we look forward to being a part of this going forward, and are excited to be part of Oriole Nation. Go O's!
Welcome back to Manistee. We're going to give you those starting lineups. We want to send a shout out to Joe Kolb right now, big Oriole fan who's tuned in tonight. And right now we're going to give you those starting lineups, and here they are. For the Cadillac Vikings, coached by Ryan Benzenberg, assisted by John Emmington and Jason Main. Starting at the guards, number 3, Aiden Gurdon. He is a senior. Also number 5, Jaden Montag. He is a junior. Montag's got some of the best looking hair of any high school ball player I've seen this year. The starting center, number 40, Connor McGowan. He is a senior. The forwards are number 32, Charlie Howell, just a sophomore, and number 22, Cole Genema. He is a senior. Cadillac, again, 16-5 on the season, 7-3 co-champions of the Big North Conference with Traverse City Central. For the Ludington Orioles, coached by Thad Shank, assisted by John Stowe, Noah Lehman, and Mike Mesher, managed by the one and only Chris Speedy Lopez. Starting at the guards, number 3, David Sunshine Schillinger. He is a sophomore. And number 23, Dylan Eaton. He is a senior. The center, number 11, Levi Lehman, a junior. The forwards, number 21, Aiden Gilchrist, a junior. And number 42, the Orioles aircraft carrier, Peyton Lacombe, a senior. Both Lacombe and Genema, the big guys for their respective teams, both will keep a close eye on them, Gertie, because both with injury issues.
Yeah, when you got injury issues, that's sometimes an advantage here. You got other players that know they need to step up, and maybe they make some shots, but it's also advantage for the other team because you can take advantage of some matchups and maybe get him one-on-one and get him in some foul trouble if he's not moving as well.
Yep, and our principal in the spotlight had a good interview with Mr. Dan Mesher earlier today, the Ludington High School principal, and that'll air at the half. And looking right now, Ludington's going to be in their white jerseys tonight, Gertie. Orange numerals trimmed in black and orange lettering. Cadillac in their blue jerseys, and it's kind of a little blue on blue, but it's not that hard, not that difficult to read because of the gold or the yellow outline right there. I guess you'd call that a gold. Gold lettering. Actually, it's blue lettering and numerals trimmed in gold.
Yeah.
Did we get it right?
Yeah, you got it right, Scoop. But
you got to keep me in line. 9 nights are melting together right now. They're kind of mixing together.
You've been rocking it out here in March.
Hey, that's all right.
Let's get it started, baby. Here we go.
You know what? I'm not worried, Gertie, because you and Braden keep me in line. So here we go. The jump ball controlled by the Ludington Orioles as Lacombe wins the jump, and keeping an eye on him right now, and also Cole Genema. Earlier in the year, regular season, Cadillac defeated Ludington at Hawley by 22 points.
Yeah,
but now this is tournament time.
Yeah, they're coming out in a man-to-man defense right now, so this matches up well for Ludington, and Peyton can attack.
Lacombe, right off the bat. God! Peyton Lacombe, you're right. You said Peyton can attack, and sure enough, he did.
Yep, man-to-man defense, Peyton really thrives. It's hard to guard Peyton, and Genema's not moving as well as Peyton is, in my opinion.
All right, here. I talked to Peyton's mom yesterday, Michael. She said, Scoop, we're doing everything. His dad and I and Peyton were doing everything humanely possible so he can play tomorrow night. And, of course, he's on a full-ride scholarship, Gertzie. You got to consider that as well.
Absolutely.
And, Coach Tank has looked at everything. No doubt about that. Look at the block there by Schillinger. And now Schillinger with the basketball. Was that Schillinger or was that Lehman on the block?
Oh, that was Schillinger on the block.
Yep.
Lehman was guarding the guy.
Okay. So Ludington off to a really good start right now. We're about a minute into the game. Ludington up 2-0. Lacombe loses it, gets it back, batted away, and here comes the Vikings. With the ball, number 32, that's Charlie Howell. Howell will give it up now to Genema. Genema guarded by Aiden Gilchrist. Genema at the free throw line. Montag, he lets go. Good. Three-pointer for Jaden Montag. Gertzie, don't you like his hair?
Yeah, that's pretty slick hair. But it's even better shot. I mean, he stepped up there and he put a pretty shot up.
He's a good ball player, Jaden
is.
Montag. Ludington trails 3-2, 6:32 to go. Eaton with it. Eaton now, just got it there to Gilchrist. Back to Eaton. He'll take the shot off the mark. Rebound, Lehman. Levi Lehman with the ball. Boy, there's a lot of slapping going on down there. And so far, give him credit, the refs are letting it go both ways, and we're just 2 minutes into the game. Okay. Oh, a little bit too much on that pass right there from Eaton. Tried to hit Lacombe cutting to the hoop right there.
Yeah, I don't think Peyton expected that pass to come. It was a pretty good pass, and then it just goes out of bounds. It's Cadillac's ball. You got to keep your head on a swivel.
You sure do. We'd like to send some kudos out to Evan Bennett, who was competing for the Ludington swimming and diving team. He's competing in the diving portion of the state championships right now, and that's really great. We got some news from Coach Joe Schneider yesterday. So there's a steal. Schillinger to the races. Shot up and good! Sunshine Schillinger with the steal. We've seen that so much, Gertzie. It never gets old watching him steal the ball and then go off to the races.
Yeah, he does a great job playing defense. And sometimes he reaches a little bit, but a lot of times he gets steals. And Montag doesn't like how he's riding him right there.
Oh, there's the steal by ball batted away. Lacombe comes up with it, and Schillinger's getting up a little slow right there. He's a tough cookie, though.
He is a tough kid.
So, again, all the best to Evan Bennett. Oh, Schillinger, no, that was Lehman there to Lacombe. Schillinger has it now. Ludington up 4-3, 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. This is Division II District number 35 championship game at Manistee High School. Turnaround by Eaton, no good. Rebound to Cole Genema. If we get any more news on Evan Bennett and how today went for him, we will pass it along. But he's competing at state right now in diving for the Ludington Orioles. All right, Montag with the ball for Cadillac. Montag will give it up now to Gurdon. They'll swing it over to their big guy. There's a three-pointer up off the mark there by Montag. Rebound to Sunshine Schillinger. Schillinger, he'll give it now to Lacombe. Lacombe, a lot of contact there, Gertzie. My goodness.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact. I kind of like the no call there. Nobody fell on the ground, just contact straight up. Peyton drew the contact, so I don't mind the no call there.
I don't think neither of them will mind that as long as it's called both ways. Okay, Ludington up 4-3, 4:12 to go in the opening quarter. Expecting a low-scoring game, Gertzie? Pretty much.
So far.
Genema shot, no good. Ball out of bounds. Oh.
Yeah, they're calling over the back here on Schillinger.
Foul called there on Sunshine Schillinger.
That's what we mentioned. We just want to make sure it's called both ways, and I feel like they were just battling for a rebound there.
4:06 to go in the opening quarter. Ludington 4, Cadillac 3. Winner of this game moves on to the regionals with the ball. Eli Main, who's checked into the lineup for Cadillac. He's number 2. He is just a freshman. Also in the lineup for the Orioles right now, you have Gage Jones, who's checked in. There's a shot up and in. Genema with his first points of the game.
Yeah, they entered it to the high post there, and Genema's too good of a player to give him wide open elbow jumpers all night.
So Big Country, Matthew Westhouse, he's a junior. He's on the court for the Orioles right now, 6'8". Also, Gage Jones is out there. He's number 54. He's a sophomore. Ludington trails 5-4. Gilchrist, ball batted away, but Lacombe able to get it. Boy, Lacombe looks pretty good right now. He's in the lane, shot up, no good. And here comes Cadillac.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a forced shot there by Peyton. You want to run the offense and get it as a pass.
Montag has it for Cadillac. Again, earlier in the year, Cadillac defeated the Orioles 52-30, a 22-point victory at Hawley Gym. That was the regular season.
That's right. It's different come March.
Yep, it sure is. All right, Cadillac on the attack. Montag has it. He looks at Coach Benzenberg for instructions. Now he'll give the ball over to Charlie Howell. Howell, just a sophomore. Montag, he's going to go baseline. Oh, that's a really late foul call right there on Gage Jones.
Yeah, that was kind of a bailout call a little bit, but if they're going to call that, we hope we get it called the other way. But at the same time, we got 2 fouls on us, just got to tighten up a little bit.
All right, Cadillac basketball. That foul was called on Gage Jones. Second team foul on the Orioles. 3-pointer up and good. Give that to Eli Main. Cadillac now up by 4, 8-4. Schillinger on the drive. Now he will get the ball to Lacombe. Lacombe back to Schillinger. Schillinger, 15-footer. God, what a pretty shot right there. Seems like he just was levitating in the air.
Yeah, Schillinger is really good when he penetrates and pulls up at the elbow. He just has such a smooth shot, and that's his go-to right there.
Ludington trails by 2, 8-6. 2:09 to go in the opening quarter. Oriole student section starting to get into it. They're rocking over there. All right, that's Genema with it. Genema now, they'll work it in. Ball deflected. Cadillac will get it back, though. Charlie Howell now to Cole Genema. He'll take the 3-pointer. Good. Cole Genema, boy, that's not fair when a guy's 6'9" and does that, Gertzie.
Yeah, he's just got a smooth stroke. He's a good ball player. Ooh, you get away with a push down low here.
There's Lacombe. Now they're going to call a jump ball.
Pretty quick jump ball.
Wow, that was. Checking back into the Oriole lineup, number 11, Levi Lehman, also reporting in, seeing their first action of the game, number 24, Caleb Smith. He's a senior. And number 5, that's Spencer Holmes, and he is just a sophomore. So right now, Gertzie, Cadillac up 11-6. They've hit a couple of 3-pointers, and we have 1:40 left in this opening quarter.
Yeah, this is a pretty athletic group that we have out here. It's a little defensive. Offensively, outside of Schillinger, I'm curious where we're going to get our offense from. Somebody like Gage Jones and Spencer Holmes better step up and make a couple shots.
On the court for Cadillac, number 42, Riley Wade checks in. He's a junior. Montag, little push off right there. Shot up, no good. Rebound Cadillac. That was an over the back right there. Oh, and they're going to call it on Ludington? Oh, my gosh. That was an over the back there, Gertzie.
Yeah,
did you see what I saw?
Yeah, that's a tough call. And
wow.
The unfortunate part, they're calling Schillinger on the undercut, and that's 2 fouls on David Schillinger here in the first quarter.
1:15 to go in the opening quarter. That's a third team foul on the Orioles. Apparently, we're seeing a bit of a different start here than what's being seen on the floor. And what's being seen on the floor is what counts.
Right, and we got to adjust. If they're gonna call the box out, we were getting undercut a little bit, and call you for a foul, then you got to adjust for that. And I give Shane credit that he's got a lot of faith in his sophomore point guard, and Schillinger. But 2 fouls in the first quarter is risky to leave him in here.
Howell gets 1 of 2 free throws. Cadillac up by 6, 12-6. 1:12 to go in this opening quarter. Gage Jones with the ball. Jones now will go baseline. He'll bang it off. And it ended up, looked like it went out of bounds there, but apparently not. And now Cadillac has it.
Yeah, Gage Jones got himself in trouble by going baseline. He had nobody there, and he got caught in the air.
Montag on the drive. Cadillac doing a good job. Oh, wow. Nice move right there. Give the basket to Cadillac's number 33, Gavin Gates. And right now, the Orioles got to control this because they're down by 8 right now. Gage Jones with it. Jones now, his pass deflected, and Cadillac. Oh, no, look at the officials. What, is one going to defer to the other here? Let's see here. No, they're going to call a traveling violation.
Yeah, they didn't know who was going to call what there, and they deferred to the travel before they called the foul or a jump ball. So
it will be Ludington basketball. I think the Orioles got their first break of the game there, Gertzie.
Yeah, that probably should have been a foul.
All right, now Caleb Smith will toss it in to Levi Lehman. Lehman now to Sunshine Schillinger. David Schillinger, Montag is guarding him.
He's going to pull up here at the elbow.
Yep.
Get something.
17 seconds left in the opening quarter. The Orioles trail 14-6. Lehman gives it back to Schillinger. 12 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Schillinger surveying the Cadillac defense. 6 seconds. Schillinger now. And now a foul is going to be called. First foul called on Cadillac with 1.2 seconds remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. I thought it was pretty clean when he went up, and it looked like a jump ball to me, but David Schillinger got bailed out and got a foul call. And now you got to make some free throws.
Gertzie, I'm going to agree with you because there's been a lot more calls that fouls I thought that went uncalled. And that one right there, I totally agree with you. Schillinger gets the first free throw. But we'll take it.
We'll take it, absolutely.
We'll take it.
Now we got to make our free throws and not get a foul here in the last 1.2 seconds.
Yep. Second free throw. Oh, in and out, no good. Whoa! There was a desperation heave there by Genema that hit the backboard. Pretty impressive, Gertzie.
Yeah, that was a pretty darn good shot. Got the rebound and chucked it down.
We're at the end of one here at Manistee High School. Your score, the Cadillac Vikings 14, the Ludington Orioles 7. Back in 60.
You deserve more than just a fast quote when it comes to your insurance. With over 12 decades of experience, we at Smith & Eddy are here to provide you with the best information and to stand by your side when you need us most. With offices in Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, we are happy to help at wherever home may be. Let our team of highly trained professionals help you find the best insurance to secure your lifestyle needs. The security you need from the people you know. Smith & Eddy Insurance.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Scoop Hansen, Kyle Grzinski, Braden Kronline, the OSN in conjunction with WMOM. We've got one quarter in, Gertzie, and our Orioles trail by 7, 14-7 to the Cadillac Vikings.
Yeah, and it's tough now that you got Schillinger that's got 2 fouls starting the second quarter, so he's got to be smart while he's on the floor, and he hasn't come off the floor. And Cadillac's just made a lot more shots than Ludington has, unfortunately, and they've gotten some easy shots in the lane. When we took Schillinger out, or we took Westy out and we took Peyton out, we didn't have a lot of height.
Starting the second quarter for the Orioles, Schillinger, Lacombe, Westhouse, Eaton, and Gilchrist. Scoring in that first quarter for the Orioles, 5 points for Schillinger and 2 for Lacombe. Cadillac more spread out there, 3 for Maine, 3 for Montag, 5 for Genema, 1 for Howell. And they lead 14-7. Lacombe with the basketball on the far baseline. Now to Schillinger. Place is getting loud, isn't it, Gertzie?
It is. We got to get some intensity going. We got to make some buckets, though, Scoop.
Gilchrist now in the paint. Shot up. No good. Rebound to the Vikings. And now they're going to call a quick foul there on Hayden Gilchrist. And now they're going to tee him up. Oh, boy. What a quick whistle right there. The Ludington faithful are going to love that, aren't they, Gertzie?
Yeah, that was a pretty weak technical, in my opinion. He basically got called for a weak foul, and yeah, I don't agree with that whatsoever.
Look at Coach Shank. You can tell by his body language, he is not happy whatsoever. As you said, Gertzie, a pretty quick tee on that one.
Yeah, that was a quick technical, and to be honest, the foul call was a quick foul call, and I don't agree with the foul either. Unfortunately, now we got to live with it. They're gonna get a couple free throws in the ball.
First one is good. Although, like I was giving you a Cadillac scoring, also Gavin Gates has 2 points. That is the Cadillac scoring in the first quarter. Coach Shank is going to bring Aiden Gilchrist out. At the free throw line for Cadillac, Eli Main. He gets the first technical shot, and that's going to give the Vikings a 15-7 lead. Main's second technical shot. And the bad thing, Gertzie, is that the Vikings are going to get the ball back here.
Yep. They're going to get the ball back, but you need to rally off of this, and hopefully Aiden Gilchrist gets his head right and he's fine. Yeah. But like I said, that was a pretty quick technical call, and unfortunate that Aiden got it. But now we got to rally around something, and Spencer Holmes comes in for Aiden, so let's get a spark somewhere.
Maine gets both technical shots. Cadillac with the ball. They lead 16-7. There's a drive. There's a shot up. Genema shot on the way. No good. Rebound to Peyton Lacombe. He'll outlet it now to David Sunshine Schillinger. Schillinger thought about driving there, but then he looked up and right in his face was 6'9" Cole Genema.
Yeah, that's a long wingspan down there, Scoop.
6:50 to go in the opening half. The Orioles trail 16-7. Schillinger, baseline jumper. Nice. Good. Boy, nice smooth stroke there by Sunshine.
Yeah, he's decisive. When he gets the ball and he's going to go up, he goes up and shoot. He's got such a smooth stroke.
And now the scoreboard is now, there's a steal by Schillinger. And the bucket.
Should be 11-16.
It should be 16-11. The scoreboard's missing 2 points. Why does that always seem to happen often up here at Manistee?
That's a good question, Scoop.
There we go. It's right now. We got to thank, we're not getting on them or anything, are we, Gertzie?
No.
We're not arch rivals.
Just trying to keep people accountable.
Exactly. In fact, Harvey down there working at the score table is a good friend of mine. We work together on the Badger. Okay, Cadillac with the basketball. Ludington trails just 16-11. There's a shot, no good. And Westy ends up with the ball. He'll outlet it now to David Schillinger.
All right, we got to keep this run going, Scoop. We got a good run going right now. We get a bucket here and just keep it flowing, and Cadillac's probably going to need a timeout. Let's get a good bucket here.
Eaton,
good shot.
Nice pass. God! What a pass by Dylan Eaton to Big Country Matthew Westhouse. And then all started with the playmaking ability of David Sunshine Schillinger.
Absolutely. We got it within 3.
There's a basket by Cadillac. And give that one to number 2, Eli Main.
Yeah, Eli Main as a freshman, he's pretty calm under pressure. I'm pretty impressed with the way he's playing right now.
The Orioles trail 18-13. 5:24 to go in the opening half. Schillinger with the basketball. Now to Westhouse. Big Country will dish it now to Dylan Eaton. Eaton, he'll take about the 17-footer up. God! Oh, we got a lucky bouncer at Manistee. Can you believe it?
Yeah. It looked like the ball was flat on that one. Scoop just hit the back of the rim and plopped in.
It certainly did. It hit the back of the rim and it just seemed like it was flat and just, boom, nestled between the twines. Ludington trails by just 3. They're down 18-15. 4:54 to go in the second quarter. Eli Main with the ball. Again, just a freshman. And nice pass now. They'll dish it out. 3-point attempt up. Good. Boy, these Cadillac, they can shoot, boy. You can't leave them open for a second. Charlie Howell gets the bucket. And now Lacombe with the ball. There's a three-pointer. Up, no good. Westhouse trying to get that ball there, but good position in here by Cole Genema.
Yeah, Genema's just as long as Westy is, so that's a tough rebound for him.
The Orioles trail 21-15. They were down 14-7 at the end of the first quarter. Charlie Howell with the ball. He'll give it up now. Cole Genema, his shot, no good. Up over the backboard, and Eaton comes up with it. Normally, isn't that the play stopped when the ball goes over the backboard like that?
Yeah.
All right, we have a timeout on the floor. 4:11 remaining in the second quarter. Cadillac 21, Ludington 15. It's a 30-second timeout, and we want to tell you about
Benedict's Auto Center, providing the best in auto body repairing and painting since 1940s. Benedict's Auto Center would like to remind you to exercise extra caution on the road. But if you do end up with a scrape, a fender bender, or with major collision damage, call Mike at 231-613-4111. Mike also reminds you that it's your choice when it comes to selecting car repair business and that you can go where you desire to have your vehicle repaired. Benedict's Auto Center, now located at their new location at 1742 US 10 between Ludington and Scottville. See Mike Benedict for all your car repair needs.
Hey, let's give a few shout-outs here. Amber Meisner, also Jim Fay, Joe Snagowski, David Moffitt, Dave Johnson. Remember DJ Dave Johnson, one of the all-time greats when it comes to Ludington basketball member of the boys 1,000 point club.
Yep.
1,039 to be exact.
Pretty good.
Okay, we're back to action here. Sunshine Schillinger with the ball. There is 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining in the opening half. The Orioles trail 21-15. This is the Division II District number 35 championship game from Manistee High School. The Orioles and the Cadillac Vikings, two longtime rivals. At one time, they were conference rivals back in the days of the old North Central B. Now they're just great non-conference rivals.
Oh, definitely. A lot of good games here.
Aiden Gilchrist now. Here, Coach Shank saying, move it, boys. Sunshine Schillinger with it. He's in range right now. But instead, he'll give it to Gilchrist now to Caleb Smith, who's in the game. Smith's pass out of bounds, and Ludington will retain possession there. Coach Benzenberg trying to work the official there to get it. Hey, that's our basketball, and the referee says no. Last touch by Cadillac.
Yeah, he was hoping he got a little double tip there. Ludington's got to run a little more offense. We're not getting very aggressive and penetrating, and then off that penetration, looking to shoot. So Ludington's got to do a little better job penetrating down the gaps.
Schillinger gets the ball into Caleb Smith. Now back to Aiden Gilchrist. So Westy and Lacombe both out of the game at the same time, Gertzie. What do you think about...
Yeah, and they're playing a 2-3 zone, so this should be an opportunity for us. And I'm going to guess that Peyton's not going to be out very long, but we got to take advantage of this and make a couple shots.
And Levi wants the ball. He's got that look like he had the other night, Gertzie. Yep. Okay, now Caleb Smith with it. He'll give it up now to Gilchrist, to Stillinger on the far baseline. Back to Gilchrist pass. And the shot overlaid. Give credit there to Caleb Smith and Aiden Gilchrist getting back on defense.
Yeah, they did a great job getting back on defense there. And Shank wants a timeout.
Yeah, he definitely he wants a timeout. He wants to talk to his team. It's a 30-second timeout. We want to thank Crown and Cork, one of our fantastic sponsors. They are located at 502 West Loomis, right across from the Ludington Marina. They'll be reopening on April 20th. And again, that's Crown and Cork. Fantastic food there, great entertainment with dueling pianos. So when you get the chance, folks, head on down to Crown and Cork for some great, great tasting food. Also, we want to send a shout out to Indian Summer. Indian Summer is proud to be a sponsor of the Oriole Sports Network and our Ludington area athletes. We wish you all the best for this season of sports. Play strong, play proud, and as always, stay healthy. Go Ludington Orioles. And Gertzie?
And Lundquist Furniture, West Michigan's largest furniture store, located at 203 North Main Street in downtown Skyville. A family-owned and operated business since 1940. For your furniture needs, call Trenner at 231-757-3368.
Okay, here we go. Sunshine Schillinger with the ball now to Aiden Gilchrist. Gilchrist now, he'll dish it. Three-pointer, Holmes. Good! Spencer Holmes, and that was created again by Schillinger and Gilchrist. Gilchrist down the lane. He passed up a good shot for a great shot by Spencer Holmes.
Absolutely, and that's the second big three in 2 games in a row that Spencer Holmes has hit. That kid's got to shoot more, Scoop. Get him the ball. If Schillinger's not going to score and Payton's not, let Spence shoot some balls, man.
Well, you know, his dad was Mason County Central's all-time leading scorer until his record was broken by Jeffrey Carrier.
Yep, that family can fill it, Scoop.
His dad was more of an inside player, though, wasn't he?
He was a big guy.
Yep. Okay, shot put, Montag, no good. Deflected out of bounds. Ludington basketball. I think we caught a break there, too, because it looked from our vantage point that Levi Lehman may have touched that last.
I agree with you. We caught a little break. Now we got to take advantage of that break. Let's get another bucket. 3-point game. 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
All right, Ludington trails Cadillac 21-18. 1:53 remaining in this opening quarter. Shout out to Gary Bars. He's a great Oriole fan. Schillinger with the ball. Now he'll give it up. Holmes with it to Gilchrist to Lacombe. Orioles will swing it back to Gilchrist. Now to Schillinger. 1:36 left in the second quarter. Ludington trails by 3, 21-18. Into Lacombe. Lacombe shot up. No good, but he's fouled. That's the way to good hard work in there by Peyton Lacombe inside.
Yep, that was a good feed down low, and Payton did a good job going straight up with it, not losing the ball, bringing it down. Now you got to make your free throws.
Peyton Lacombe at the free throw line, shooting 2. 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Ludington trails 21-18. The Orioles were down 14-7 at the end of 1. Lacombe's free. Oh, it's way short. Boy, that's something you rarely see. Peyton, again, you got to attribute a lot of what just happened, Gertzie, to the injury.
Sure, yeah, you airball free throw, and I think I talked about this earlier this year. I remember Steve Kratz, who was our best player, airball the free throw, and guess what? He came back, scored 30 points after that. So maybe he'll get in his head and focus in.
Second shot. Perfect. So Lacombe gets 1 of 2 free throws. He now has 3 points in the game, and the Orioles trail by just a bucket. They trail by 2. There's a steal.
Good play, Spence.
Spencer Holmes with a nice steal right there to
shoot it.
Schillinger, now to Holmes. Spencer Holmes will give it back to Schillinger. Ludington trails by 2, 21-19. What a move by Schillinger. And now they're going to, oh my goodness. Boy, oh boy. He's called for the travel there, Gertzie. Your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, you would think that you either call a block or a foul on it. I don't know how a travel gets put in there when he's got a shot blocked, but we live with it and move on, Scoop.
Okay, here we go. 1:10 to go now in the second quarter. Cadillac 21, Ludington 19. Genema bringing the ball up, their big 6'9" forward. Look at this. There's a steal by Gilchrist. Orioles got a 2-on-1 here.
Oh, go on.
Oh no. It's going to go. It's going to be last touch by Cadillac, though. Boy, Aiden Gilchrist, Gertzie, your thoughts on what just happened?
Aiden Gilchrist has to attack Genema on that. If not anything else, you're going to get a foul on him. Hopefully go to the line, but he passed up a wide open layup, and now ball's out of bounds, and Ludington's got to.
I see where you're coming from. I agree with you, Gertzie. But when Aiden Gilchrist, 6'1", going up against a 6'9" guy, probably a little intimidated right there.
Go through his nose hole, Scoop.
Yep. Okay.
Go through his nose holes.
Peyton Lacombe on the move. Lacombe. Now he'll take the shot, no good. He goes down to the deck, and here comes Cadillac.
Yeah, a little bit of a forced shot there by Peyton. I think he's pressing a little bit.
Genema with the basketball. Cadillac leads by 2, 21-19. 30 seconds to go. Oh, offensive foul. Boy, that's going to get Coach Benzenberg fired up. And Cole Genema not happy about that as well. Offensive foul called there on the Vikings.
Yeah, I thought that may have been a foul on Peyton, to be honest.
I was thinking the same thing.
But we'll take it and take it in our... And we'll take the ball, and hopefully you got 30 seconds left, down 2. Let's wait for a last-second shot here. Maybe Schillinger gets a nice 3 or a pull-up at the elbow, or Peyton finish it off.
18 seconds to go in the first half. Ludington trails 21-19. Schillinger with the basketball. 13 seconds.
No, that's a terrible call. So what happened there?
Coach Shank is...
So he called the 5 seconds, but Schillinger brought the defender off. That was an agenda call the whole way because he intentionally pushed the defender off, and once you pick up the ball, start dribbling, that's a terrible call.
Coach Shank was in that official's ear big time, too. Now Cadillac comes back and gets a basket. They're going to have a 4-point lead here unless we can hit the note. Just off Schillinger there with a shot. Ludington trails by 4 at the half. On Gertie, you called it there a terrible. I can't. I got to bite my tongue here.
And I know it's usually you that wants to get on the refs, but I'm gonna say that one was a complete call that was. I don't want to say it was an agenda, but what happened is when you have 5 seconds, you can dribble off and get the defender off you, so they can't call 5 seconds. The 5 seconds restarts, and unfortunately, he called 5 seconds right off of it.
Well, we have. That last bucket there, I believe, was Charlie Howell who scored it for Cadillac. So we're at the half. Ludington trails Cadillac 23-19. Back in 60 seconds here on the WMOM and OSN. Stay tuned.
When you think about your banking needs, the first place that should come to mind is Safe Harbor Credit Union. We put people over profits and shows in everything we do. I'm Adam Johnson, President and CEO at Safe Harbor Credit Union and former Ludington Oriole athlete. We're excited to once again be the premier halftime show sponsor for the Oriole Sports Network. At Safe Harbor Credit Union, we always put the members first. And here, you're more than just a number, you're family. If you haven't experienced the credit union difference, there's never been a better time to switch. We value our relationships with these student athletes. You can find us in the stands cheering for that next win, or find us in your local classrooms teaching financial literacy. That's what we value. Being the local financial institution you can trust with all of your banking needs. When you invest with us, all of your money will be invested locally with local decision making. Your success is our success. We belong to you. Check us out at our new location at 5511 West US 10 in Ludington. We can't wait to have you join our family.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Ludington trails Cadillac 23-19 at the half. We thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor. We're going to step aside right now and listen to the interview I did earlier today with Ludington High School Principal Dan Mesher. Welcome, Oriole Nation, to the Safe Harbor Credit Union Ludington Oriole Player in the Spotlight. And for tonight's game, it's not the player in the spotlight, but it is the Ludington Oriole Principal in the spotlight. And we're with Mr. Dan Mesher. And Dan, what is it that you like best about being the principal at Ludington High School?
I would say that, the community is all in here. I think that's the biggest part about it, from our faculty, our staff, all the way across the district, being a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Mm-hmm. And, the students here are wonderful. Mm-hmm. And I just, the community support and to be a part of this as the principal, it's truly an honor.
And how many years have you been the principal now?
This is my 6th year as the principal at Ludington High School. Yeah. I know, time flies.
It does fly. And before that, you were assistant principal for how many years?
Yeah, I was assistant principal for 8 years, and then I taught for 8 years.
Okay. And you've done a little bit of everything here at Ludington High. You're kind of a lot like Mr. Mark Boone, who we interviewed the other day. You've been a varsity baseball coach here. You've coached basketball at various levels, both boys and girls. Am I missing anything as far as sports go?
Yeah, I coached JV football, 8th grade football. Yeah, I pretty much baseball, basketball, and football for 23 years. I've been involved. And like I said, I love being involved in youth sports. And like I said, this year I coached JV basketball. I was back at it again.
Outstanding. You were quite an athlete here at Ludington High School. You graduated in 94. I was going to say 6. I was going to give you a couple extras.
I'll take that.
94. Dan has the record for you folks out there, you Oriole fans. If you did not know this, he has the record for pitching victories by a Ludington varsity pitcher at 34 34 or 36?
38.
Oh, boy.
38.
I'm trying to cheat you a few there. 38 victories, and quite a basketball player, too, a member of the 900-point club. So your ties to Ludington, they go deep and they go back a ways, don't they?
Yeah, the community support, again, for all levels, for all of our activities. And I think that's what makes this so special. It's not one sport or one club or one activity, but Ludington High School is made up of who you want to be, and there's so many opportunities, and that's what really makes this special here.
You look, I know we've hit on sports, but as you said, Dan, you mentioned like the drama club. They got the production coming up. I'm really looking forward to going to that with my wife. Les Mis coming up very soon here. I think there's one matinee, and there's also 3 evening production, 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think it's Thursday through Saturday. Chris Plummer, the job that she does year in, year out. Her son, Elliot Plummer, the combination with the choir this year is amazing. And I want to give credit to the other groups, robotics.
Quiz Bowl.
Robotics this year, they just got back from Calvin University. Karen Schitteldecker, Yordis Rivet, the amazing job they do. Esports right now. There's 40 students involved in that. That's our assistant principal, the coach, Steve Forsberg. Quiz Bowl, just complete dominance. They went undefeated in the league. Amber Nason, Todd Skipper, Dana Tebow, our A and B JV teams just continue to roll with that. Band, I think about band, just got back. Mm-hmm. Straight ones again. And our choir just got back from competition. They have people that are going on to state. Competitive cheer, sideline cheer. I look at some of the individual stuff. Evan Bennett, our thoughts are with him as he goes to the diving competition. I look at, Nikolai Kerr, 100 victories in his career. All the individual, all the team accomplishments in the clubs, the basketball that's going on right now, that's what makes it so special, is everything, to tell the community, we're back. Mm-hmm. 2 years of really going through some tough times, not only across the world, the nation, but right here in Ludington. It impacted our teachers, our staff, our students. But the last 8 weeks, we are back on the map.
Dan, what would you say is the biggest difference you've seen in the attitudes and the way kids are from when you were in school to where they are today?
I look at the opportunities. We have so many more opportunities, and we really try to individualize for students now. Back in the day, here's what Ludington High School was, and it was great. Mm-hmm. But now we can really individualize to what a student wants, the opportunities, the job opportunities, the different things that they can do throughout the school day. It's so different than it was 20 years ago.
Okay. Talk a little bit about your kids. I know you got to be very proud. 2 daughters, 1 son. Your daughter Katie at Mid-Michigan University? College. Mid-Michigan College, playing basketball there. Of course, your son Brad, he left a name for himself here at Ludington High. And your daughter Carly right now, and she is going to a state quarterfinals game.
Wow. Katie, she played 2 years of college basketball. And basketball, like I said, doesn't owe her anything. 2 free years at a college. She's getting her associates in business and moving on to bigger and better things. Her career just finished up. Very proud of her, the hard work that she put in. Brad, he's at West Shore, taking advantage of the Promise Scholarship. Very thankful for that, having the Promise. And West Shore does an amazing job in preparing students. And he had an amazing career.
He did.
I tell him, you don't know. You'll learn 20 years from now just how special your career was. And Carly, Carly's a few years younger, and to see her blossom into the athlete that she is. Last night was very special when that game was over, to have her sister and brother there. And Katie said, Carly, you don't realize it. I went 4 years of playing on the varsity and never got out of the districts, and now Carly's playing in the Elite Eight. Pretty special.
Yeah, very, very special. Dan, what is your favorite restaurant in Ludington and why?
I'd have to say Country Cupboard.
Okay.
That's a family favorite. We love the food there. We love the atmosphere, and we appreciate the service.
Favorite sports movie?
I'm a Rudy. Rudy, it gets to my heart every single time. The underdog. You work hard, good things will happen. That's always been my favorite.
Okay. Your hobbies. I know you love the outdoors. I know you're a fisherman. And tell the listeners out there a bit more about your hobbies.
I love hunting and fishing. Anytime you're here along the lake, those are things that I've grown up with. Taking up golf again. It's funny how Brad took up golf a couple years ago. So I've been playing a lot of golf the last couple years, and that's been a big part of the things that I do.
a role model or person that you did look up to or that you do look up to?
You know, I look to the people growing up, my three brothers, you know, Mike, Dave, and John. They're my three older brothers. I really have always looked up to them. My parents, you know, Paul and Sandy, you know, my dad's been passed away 14 years, but just the idea of working hard and good things happen. And people like Cal the Kuiper, Mark Boone, they really had a big influence in my life early in my career and even in high school. And so I'm very thankful for them.
Well, I know your mom, Sandy's a huge Oriole fan. She chimes in on the OSN. She always listens. And your father-in-law and mother-in-law are huge Oriole fans, too. You don't get much bigger backers than your mom and your mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Yeah, they're orange and black to and through, and they're always supporting the grandkids, whether they're in person or, you know, with Oriole Sport Nation online. So they'll never miss it, yeah. and they love every bit of it. And every time the game's done, they text the girls, and it's a pretty special relationship.
Got to give a shout out to your wife as well.
Yeah, Amy's, from the days that I played in high school and college to being a supportive wife. She's been awesome, and she's the best mother possible.
Awesome. Dan, who would you like to say hello to? Anybody who's listening to tonight's broadcast here on the OSN WMOM?
I think my brother Mike, he's an assistant coach, so he's there. But my brother Dave, my brother John, my mom. I'm not sure if my mother and father-in-law are going to be at the game or not, but I know though if they're not, they'll be listening. And hey, go O's.
Dan, it never gets old seeing you going out there, even though you're an assistant coach, going out to center court and presenting those championship individual medals to the girls and boys, as well as the championship trophies to Coach Shank or Coach Stowe. And we hope to see more of that. And we want to congratulate you and thank you on being the Safe Harbor Credit Union Ludington Oriole principal in the spotlight. Go O's.
You bet. Thank you. Go O's.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. We're just underway here in the second half, and now we have a traveling violation called on Manistee. Gertzie, 11 seconds in right there. Fun interview with Principal Dan Mesher today. Quite an athlete at Ludington, when a baseball player, basketball player, and doing an outstanding job as the LHS principal. Back to action here, the Orioles and the Vikings.
Back to action. Looks like Cadillac's going to come out in a 2-3 zone. We got a good stop on defense, 4-point game. Let's see if we can get our shot out of this 2-3 zone.
Ludington outscored the Vikings 12-9 in that second quarter after being outscored 14-7 in the opening quarter. That's where we stand right now. Cadillac 23, Ludington 19, the Division II District number 35 championship game. Levi Lehman down low. And, I had to bite my tongue there, Gertzie.
Yeah, it was blocked. It looked like there was a little body on that one, but if you're going to go up strong, you got to expect to take some heat.
Yep. So Levi Lehman's shot blocked there by Cadillac. And now a shot by Cadillac, no good. Rebound to Schillinger. He's off to the races. Look at Schillinger's speed. Now he'll give it to Lacombe. Lacombe shot up and, in and out, no good for the three right there. And here comes Cadillac. Vikings 23, Orioles 19, 6:45 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was a good shot there by Peyton in transition. It just didn't fall.
He had the rhythm. There was a rhythm three right there. Schillinger got him the ball, just like you said, spun right out.
Yep.
Okay, with the ball, Charlie Howell. Now they'll give it over to Montag, to Aiden Gurdon. If you're wondering here in that shooter defense, that's Speedy Lopez, who's just a few feet from us. Nice move by Montag, and he gets the basket. Jaden Montag with a little runner right there, and now 6-point Cadillac lead, 25-19, 6:05 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, we got to get something in the high post right now, Scoop. You got 2-3 zone, you got to look high post or attack a gap.
Three-pointer, there we go. Three-pointer from Dylan Eaton as he tickles the twines, nothing but net.
Yep, and now we get into our 1-2-2 full court press. Look for a trap here, maybe just past half court, see if we can get a turnover.
That's 5 points for Eaton in this game. Ludington trails by just 3 now, 25-22. Three-pointer on the way. Oh, boy, he got a nice roll there. Genema got a really sweet roll there, and the basket goes in on the three-pointer.
Yeah, he's got a smooth stroke, Scoop. You can't leave him open. You always got to know where he's at all times.
He definitely does. 6'9" senior, Cole Genema. Manistee now back up by 6, 28-22. Nice pass. Oh, and a block right there. Lehman gets it right back, though. Turnaround. Good! Lehman doing great work on the glass there, Gertzie.
Yeah, Levi Lehman worked so hard down low. He got his own offensive rebound. Pump fake, went straight up, got the and one on a small baby hook. Now let's complete the three-point play and make our free throw.
You know, very athletic. He's only 6'1", but does a great job on the boards, and he's usually, the guy he's going up against is usually much taller.
Yeah, he's a strong kid. He's a smart kid. He knows about the game of basketball.
Lehman's free throw is up and good. So Levi Lehman completes the three-point play, and the Orioles trail by 3, 28-25. 5:11 to go in the third quarter. Scoop Hansen, Kyle Grzinski, and Braden Kronline with you. The Orioles Sports Network in collaboration with WMOM. Montag, nice move. Oh, boy, he's got some quickness. We know Schillinger does, so does Montag.
Yeah, he's very quick, and off the dribble, he's hard to guard, and Schillinger knows he's got 2 fouls, so he's playing off a little bit.
There's a three-point attempt, no good there by Lacombe. Ball tipped there. Aiden Gilchrist kept it alive. Now Schillinger goes baseline. Three-pointer up and, in and out, no good there by Peyton Lacombe. He just doesn't seem to have that three-point stroke right now, Gertzie.
You got to keep shooting. Shooters got to shoot, Scoop.
That's true. Because you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you never take.
That's right.
There's Montag. Oh, we're going to have a foul on the floor. 5-point lead by Cadillac, 30-25. It seems like every time the Orioles get to within 3 or 2 points, Cadillac has an answer.
Yeah, the problem is that's number 3 on Schillinger, and you got 4.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. They're going to have to switch up on who's guarding Montag because Schillinger is going to back off, and Montag's just going to keep attacking.
Montag and Genema have been the main offensive forces for the Cadillac Vikings.
Yeah, my guess is that they're probably going to switch up on who's got who or go into a zone.
There's a pass in, and with it, Eli Main.
And it looks like we're in a zone now, Scoop.
Yep. He'll give it back to Montag. Coach Thad Shank talking to his team. We want to thank Safe Harbor Credit Union, our exclusive halftime show sponsor, where your success is our success. We belong to you. There's a steal by Aiden Gilchrist.
Finish it.
Gilchrist to the hoop. It's no good, but he's fouled. He got hammered right there, and he'll shoot 2. Safe Harbor Credit Union, 5511 US 10 in Ludington. You can give them a call, 843-2323. That's 843-2323, Safe Harbor Credit Union. Good steal there by Aiden Gilchrist, and he went strong to the hoop, and he's fouled, Gertzie.
Yeah, that was a good take by Aiden Gilchrist. Now we got to make sure we make our free throws. We got a 5-point game here with 4 minutes left, and we make our first.
First free throw, as Gertzie said, is up and in by Aiden Gilchrist, his first point of the ball game.
Yeah, I was waiting for the second one. A quick shout-out to Chris Radiant Branning, listening from St. Louis, Scoop. And second free throw is good.
Aiden Gilchrist gets both free throws. That second one wanted to come out. It was spinning around. Finally nestled. So the Orioles down by just 3, 30-27. 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. We figured, Gertzie, we weren't going to have, Cadillac wasn't going to win this one by 22 like they did during the regular season.
No way. We knew this was going to be a close game the whole way through. And we're still in that 2-3 zone, Scoop, and see what kind of pressure we can get on them.
Genema with it for the Vikings. He's guarded there by Lacombe. Now long pass over to Eli Main. Main, that's going to go out of bounds. 5-hole. It went 5-hole on Charlie Howell right there. And 5-hole talk for all of you who aren't hockey players. That means it's going right between your legs, right through the goalie's legs.
Right through the wicket.
5-hole.
And Cadillac's really struggling with that 2-3 zone, and Cadillac's sitting in a 2-3 zone as well. So, man, we got to figure out a play here or go high post and overload a side.
Big country with it now. Gilchrist, they'll work it in.
Swing it.
To Lacombe, now to Holmes. Holmes will give it up now to David Schillinger. Orioles trail 30-27. Aiden Gilchrist, cross court pass. Oh, stolen right there.
Don't pick up a foul here.
Charlie Howell with it. Howell shot. Oh, it's no good, but the good thing is the foul was not on Schillinger. It's going to be called on Aiden Gilchrist, because if it would have been called on Schillinger, that would have been his 4th.
Yeah, and that's Gilchrist's 3rd foul. So that's a tough play. When you're Schillinger, if he didn't have 3 fouls, I guarantee he's sprinting back and trying to take a hit.
Free throw is up and in by Charlie Howell. Shout out to Sandy Mesher, Dan Mesher's mom. Also Craig Barter, he was quite an athlete at Ludington. Amber Nason, she's a teacher over at Ludington. Also to Tommy Winchesky, Adam and Aaron Johnson. Shout out to Sandy Saucer and to James Burmeister. Ludington trailing 31-27, 3:09 to go in this third quarter.
Another quick shout out to John Russell, my man that graduated with me, heck of a football player. I know you're listening.
Second shot. Oh, a tip right there. Cadillac gets the ball back. Three-pointer off the mark. And again, Cadillac on the boards. Oh, boy. You know, this has been Montag. Oh, you're kidding me. Wow.
When you give up that many offensive rebounds, Scoop, that's what's going to happen.
Foul called on Big Country, Matthew Westhouse. And at the free throw line, Jaden Montag, and he's had a really nice ball game for his Cadillac Vikings.
Yes, he has. We can't break that three-point lead when we go through it.
Nope.
Montag makes the first one at 2, but we got to figure out something on the offensive end. We got to get a spur. Every time we get a couple points, it feels like we lift the lead back up to 6 or 7 for Cadillac.
Montag gets both free throws. The Vikings now up 33-27. On the court for the Orioles, you have Levi Lehman, Spencer Holmes, Gage Jones, David Schillinger, and Big Country Matthew Westhouse. Cadillac 33, Ludington 27. 2:51 to go in the third quarter. Holmes will give it now to Gage Jones. Back to Holmes. Couple sophomores right there.
Yep.
Gertzie.
They're still sitting in that 2-3 zone. You got to look high post here.
Gage Jones inside Lehman, 15-footer, no good. And Westhouse got the rebound, but I think he's going to be fouled.
Yeah, the soft spot in these 2-3 zones is right at the high post and as well as the short corner. You catch the ball in the high post, you look short corner, you get easy layups. You get the ball short corner, you dive from high post, get easy layups or open threes.
Schillinger will trigger the ball in. He'll get it in to Gage Jones. Gage back to Lehman, three-pointer off the mark. Westhouse fighting for it, out of bounds. And last touched apparently by the Ludington Orioles. Shout out to my folks, Jim and Kathy Hansen, listening back in their living room in Ludington. Also to Joe Lina. You know Joe Lina?
Oh, yeah. Joe Lina can stroke, man. He's a good
say it
baseball
wrong?
player, too. Lina.
Oh.
Smoking Joe Lina.
Sorry,
he can
Joe.
shoot very well.
Joe.
He's a great baseball player.
Joe
Played
Lina.
up at Finlandia.
Joe Lina, not Lina. I apologize. Joe Lina. There we go.
No, you can't call a timeout. They didn't have the ball.
Oh, wow. Oh, Coach Shank is really upset now.
Yeah, that's a terrible call right there by...
Oh, man. That is absolute. Gertzie.
Yeah, that's really bad. So the ref down here on the near court, after the ball was stolen, let a Cadillac call a timeout when they didn't even have the ball. So unfortunately, Cadillac's probably going to get the ball back. But that's
wow.
That's embarrassing, to be honest. That's a very bad call.
I think we're owed a couple now, Gertzie, after some of those calls in the first quarter, specifically at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
That call on the 5-second call on David Sunshine Schillinger, who's a point guard. And what did you tell me? That's 101 on the point guard.
Point guard's no 101. 15 seconds left. You got to make sure that you're spreading out enough to not get a 5-second call. And David Schillinger is one of the best point guards Ludington's ever had. He knows that. And to be honest, it's been the same ref the whole time. And I know, unfortunately, we don't want to discredit the refs. They have a very hard job. And sometimes a basketball player on the competitive side comes out on me. But, man, that's two embarrassing calls that should never, ever happen.
And specifically in a district championship game, Gertzie.
Agreed.
Yes, okay. Cadillac with the basketball. They lead 33-27. Montag open, and he'll get the bucket. Now it's a 8-point lead for Cadillac. No, we have a turnover by the Orioles. Right. Ludington's got it. They got to calm down, Gertzie, and they got to just get it back. Get it back together.
At this point in time, you just got to slow it down, regroup. You call play, you get a good shot, but you need to get a stop on the defensive end first.
As you said, regroup. That was the word I was searching for right there. 1:48 to go in the third quarter. The Orioles trail by 8, 35-27. Now Cadillac throws the ball into the stands into their student section. Ludington will get it right back. Shout out to Ed Miller, former athletic director at Mason County Eastern, also to Ted Weinert and Chad Newberg, and also to Craig Foster. All right, here comes Schillinger with the ball. 1:36 to go in the third quarter. Cadillac 35, Ludington 27. Schillinger in the lane. Now he'll give it to Lacombe. Lacombe will go baseline. Lacombe, nice move and nice touch there. As Peyton Lacombe with the left hand gets the bucket.
Yeah, he needs to keep being aggressive like that if you're going to drive baseline. He's long enough, he can get that ball up and over.
Ludington now trails 35-29. 1:12 to go in the third quarter.
All right, we got to be active in the zone now because I'm sure Cadillac's going to start spacing out some of these possessions and taking the air out of the ball, which you've heard us say plenty of times.
Genema, his shot. Oh boy, that rim is loving him. He's getting some really fortunate bounces up there.
He's just got
he's got a good
shot.
He's a good shooter. Don't get me wrong, folks.
Shot.
But yeah, that soft shot and just lays up there on the rim and just he gets the right bounces and gets the 2 points. And now his team leads by 8 again, 37-29. 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lacombe with it. Holmes. There goes Schillinger. Schillinger in the lane. Now he'll dish it over to Spencer Holmes. Holmes will go baseline. He'll get it to Big Country. And now a foul will be called on Cole Genema. He tried to strip that ball from Matthew Westhouse.
Yeah, that's Cole Genema's first, so he's got plenty of room to be able to be a little more aggressive. But Ludington's got to look to shoot the ball when they catch it. When you're facing a 2-3 zone, the best way to get plays out of a 2-3 zone is to make some threes. You got to stretch out, and you got to make your shots. So you got to catch the ball ready to shoot, Scoop.
Okay. Ludington will get the ball into Holmes, now to Westhouse. Westy will give it now to Peyton Lacombe. 24 seconds. Lacombe will take the shot. No good. Rebound Westhouse. Good! Westy on the offensive boards there with a rebound in the putback. And now Ludington trails 37-31.
All right, let's keep it to a 6-point lead. We got 10 seconds left.
Genema with the ball. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Genema working on Lacombe. 2 seconds. And now Lacombe has it. He'll get rid of the shot. No good. And at the end of 3 from Manistee in this Division II District number 35 championship game. Your score, the Cadillac Vikings 37, the Ludington Orioles 31. Back in 60 seconds. Stay tuned, O's fans.
Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice is packed with natural anti-inflammatories to help reduce pain after exercise. It's the ultimate antioxidant that combats soreness, getting you back to the gym or on the trail faster. Indian Summer Tart Cherry Juice, ready to drink from fresh-pressed tart cherries, grown and produced in the U.S., and always gluten-free. It's just sweet enough and priced just right. Bring home the great taste of real fruit. Bring home Indian Summer Montmorency Tart Cherry Juice. Ask for it at your local store.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. Ludington trails 37-31 as we enter the fourth quarter. We want to thank Urca Auto Center. They are Mason County's only locally owned new car dealer, serving Mason County for the past 4 generations. Urca Auto Center is your one place to shop for all of your automotive needs. And also a shout out to Smith & Eddy, our exclusive post-game sponsor here on the OSN. Smith & Eddy Insurance covering all of the Lakeshore, a caring business foremost in insurance and community support. For peace of mind, let Smith & Eddy handle all of your insurance needs. And we'd also like to thank McGee Insurance Group.
Your number one Orioles fans, Auto Owners Insurance Group is a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and to keep life, everything you value safe, sound, and secure. Auto Owners Insurance, no problem, people. Visit McGee at McGeeINS.com. McGee Insurance Group, proud to support Ludington Orioles sports.
All right, Gertzie, we've started play here in the fourth quarter. Ludington on the attack. Schillinger will give it up to Lacombe. Now over to Gilchrist. Back to Schillinger. The Orioles trail 37-31. Ludington was outscored 14-12 by Cadillac in that third quarter. Lehman with the ball now. Levi Lehman in the paint. Shot up. Good job over Geneva. Impressive.
Yep, he knew what he was looking to do when he got into that lane. If he didn't shoot, he's going to get a 3-second call. So he went up and put it in.
Orioles trail by 4, 37-33. And the Orioles have been able to come back the entire game, Gertzie, but they get to within 2 or 3, and Cadillac always has an answer. And there's a nice block by Aiden Gilchrist right there.
Yep, Aiden Gilchrist got a good deflection there. And now we got to feed off of our fans. Our fans got to pick it up a little bit and get us some. We need to get a little shot in the arm here.
Exactly.
So we just keep playing defense. And we're coming out in a man-to-man defense now.
Make sure you check out the OSN page later tonight. Check it out anytime, folks. We've got a lot of good stuff up there from last night's girls regional championship game victory at Gaylord High School. I did a lot of updating on the OSN page over the last 24 hours. And right now, we've got a heck of a boys district championship game here, don't we?
That was very close to an over and back call, Scoop, that didn't get called.
The Orioles trail 37-33. Oh boy, Genema got a long rebound right there. And now Genema steps out of bounds. It'll be Oriole basketball. So Orioles with a chance, Gertzie, to cut the lead down to 2 or even 1 here with the 3-pointer.
Got to have a good offensive possession. The defense is holding well. It's holding up and playing well, even though Genema got an offensive rebound there. But let's get a good shot here. Attack the gaps, get somebody open, somebody they're not expecting. I want to feel like a Aiden Gilchrist or a Spencer Holmes 3 here.
Spencer Holmes with it now to Levi Lehman. Levi has played a really good ball game tonight. Good job by Lacombe. Lost his footing, but he got rid of it before he lost his footing to Schillinger. Schillinger in the lane now, back to Lacombe to Gilchrist. Gilchrist now, and he loses the ball off of his shin. It goes out of bounds into the Oriole student section, Cadillac basketball.
Yeah, that's not what you want. I mean, you have an opportunity to cut into the lead, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Looks like we're coming out in a man-to-man full court press. Look for a trap here.
Shout out to Phil Castoni, a big O's fan. He lives in Oxford, Michigan.
Yes, he does.
Also, tennis coach Larry Brown tuned in tonight. And Ella and Rochelle Higgins out in Carlisle, Arkansas, big Oriole fans. All right, we have 6:20 left. Orioles trail 37-33. What does Ludington have to do to win this game, Gertzie, besides scoring more points in Cadillac?
You just got to finish possessions here, which we didn't.
Oh, that's the bugaboo of the Orioles all season. A putback right there. Cadillac on the boards and getting the bucket. Number 33, Gavin Gates. Gavin Gates with the bucket right there on a putback. Oh, and there's Holmes, and boy, he looked like he was being ridden pretty good right there.
Yeah, that was a good take by Holmes. That was a good aggressive take right there. You can't be upset by that.
Cadillac up 39-33, 5:42 to go in the ball game. You know Cadillac's going to try to take some air out of the ball right now.
Yeah, they're going to have some long possessions.
Montag with the basketball.
They're going to spread it out and let Montag penetrate.
Boy, he's a good ball handler. When somebody can do that to Sunshine Schillinger like that right there, you don't see that happen often there,
No,
Kyle.
he's a good ball handler, that's for sure.
Yep.
But you take risks like that, then you also put your teammates at risk.
Exactly.
And you give up layups.
Okay, Cadillac swinging the ball. And with it right now, Eli Main. The clock has ticked down to 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in this ball game. Montag shot up, no go. Oh, but right there, Cadillac's killing us on the boards.
Yeah, we got a box out on the backside. Peyton and Aiden didn't find a body, and that's what happens. And I know Thad isn't going to be very thrilled when he has this quick timeout.
That was Gavin Getz on the basket there. He's got their last 4 points, Gertzie. And now Cadillac back up by 8 points, 41-33. We're going to stay right here. And we want to, first things first, Gertzie, let's give Miss Jen some love.
Yeah, March is National Athletic Training Month, and this year's theme is providing health care everywhere. During the month of March, Spectrum Health Foundation Ludington Hospital is partnering with Ludington area schools and Ludington Hospital certified athletic trainer Jen Mraz to provide athletic socks to student athletes and other types of socks for all students. Please donate the socks by placing them in the drop boxes at Ludington High School's main office, athletic office, or athletic trainer's office. Socks of all types are welcome, whether dress, athletic, or winter socks. We are looking for all types, sizes, and styles. Socks will be distributed by the LHS Teen Resource Center to students of all ages. For more information, contact Ludington Hospital Athletic Trainer Jen Mraz at 231-845-3808, extension 2033.
Shout out, Gertzie, to Patrick Hayner. He's a huge Ludington Orioles fan on the OSN. He said, Scoop, I have a couple nicknames I want to run by you and Gertzie for Peyton Lacombe.
All right, what's he got him?
That's Peyton the Slammer Lacombe or Peyton Large Fry Lacombe. What do you think, Gertzie?
I still like the aircraft carrier that you got. They're both great nicknames, but I like the aircraft carrier.
Okay, back to action here. Hey, Patrick, I know you're out there listening. We still like your nicknames.
Hey, they were great.
Keep tuning into the Orioles on the OSN. Right now, 4:41 to go in this game. Ludington trails 41-33. Schillinger trying to create here. He'll give it up to Lehman now. Back to Schillinger. Three-pointer, Gilchrist, no good. And Montag with the rebound.
That was a good look right there for Ludington. You had Aiden Gilchrist with a wide-open step-in three. We got to make our shots, but that's a good shot. We'll run the tape.
Montag has it. The clock is down to 4:18. He'll take the shot. Good. Boy, he has had a heck of a ball game. Jaden Montag with the basket.
Yeah, unfortunately right there is what we just talked about. Ooh.
There's Schillinger now, and he's going to draw the foul. Is that Genema that's down?
Yeah. And
oh, he's getting up slow. Montag is hurting as well. Look at this, Gertzie.
I think he's cramping.
Yeah, he's cramped. I think you're right, Gertzie. Montag is coming to the bench. He's back on his feet now, but Genema went down hard. Boy, both Genema, you got to give a lot of credit to Cole Genema and to Peyton Lacombe, both well under 100%.
Yeah, they're toughing it out for their teams, but right now we need to make sure that we're getting back in this game. We got to start by making free throws.
We're down by 10, 43-33, 4:07 to go. Schillinger misses the first free throw. On the court for the Orioles, Eaton, Lehman, Schillinger, Lacombe, and Gilchrist.
Yeah, we got to get some pressure, Scoop.
Second shot good by Schillinger.
Got to get some pressure here.
Schillinger with 10 points for the Orioles. They trail by 9, 43-34. You're right, we need pressure, pressure, pressure. 4 minutes to go in the game. Genema with it now. Genema being guarded there by Schillinger. Now they'll swing it over to Eli Main. They'll get it in now. Gates with it. Gates, Cadillac does a nice job swinging it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, another long rebound there to the Vikings.
Yeah, we are not boxing out well at all.
Genema, no good. Rebound, Peyton Lacombe. Peyton will outlet it now to Gilchrist, and he's got Lehman open. Lehman, good! Smart play there by Levi Lehman.
He used the rim as protection so he didn't get blocked, but we need to keep speeding up the game. You speed up the game means more possessions.
Cadillac 43, Ludington 36. 3:18 to go in the game. Cadillac with possession.
You got to get out, got to pressure.
Ludington was down 14-7 at the end of one. They trailed 23-19 at half, and they were down 37-31 at the end of three. We have 3 minutes to go in the game. With the ball, number 32, that's Gavin Gates. Now back out. He just gave the ball there to Charlie Howell. Now we have a timeout called. I'm going to ask, are we through all of our commercials? I wanted to check with you. Okay, we're going to break right now. We'll be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to the Oriole Sports Network and WMOM. Stay tuned, those fans.
Welcome to Crown and Cork, Ludington's only waterfront kitchen and bar. We invite you to come and experience our casual fine dining with little wait. We feature craft cocktails and an extensive wine selection. Our seasonally changing menu showcases a variety of influences, but highlights what the Great Lakes and Mason County farmers have to offer. Bring your entire family. We encourage your children to explore our play area while waiting for food from our kid-approved menu. We're open Tuesday through Thursday from 4:30 to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturdays from 4:30 to 10 p.m. We're located at 502 West Loomis across from the Ludington Marina. Dueling pianos are here once per month. Check our Facebook page for more details and for this month's specials. We look forward to seeing you at Crown and Cork soon.
Welcome back to Manistee. Ludington trails 43-36, the Division II District number 35 championship game here at Manistee High School. Shout-outs going out to Ludington basketball great Kevin Poodle Johnson, also Ludington girls basketball great Nikki Arner. Zach Webster, Ludington soccer great right there, was on the state championship team. Arlie Heemstra on the 1954 Ludington boys track and field state runner-up team that was bested by Inkster.
Yeah, you're putting a dent in your shout-out list there, Scoop.
Also a shout-out to the mayor of 4th Ward, the one and only John Bound. You know the mayor of 4th Ward, right? Oh, look at that. Ball stolen away. And now there's a 15-footer by Genema. God. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, that should at least be a jump ball, if not a foul, and then we turn it over. And unfortunate.
There's a three-pointer. Good! Dylan Eaton with the three from the near baseline. And Ludington still in this game, Gertzie. They're down 45-39 and a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, we got to keep pressing them here, and we got to try to get some turnovers. When we say this, we sound like we're beating a dead horse here, but you got to speed up the game. You got to get more possessions, but then you got to close out possessions. A lot of times we're giving up offensive rebounds. And when you get offensive rebounds, that means second chances, that means fouls, that means free throws.
More shout-outs. The last one was to the mayor of 4th Ward, John Bound. Also, Drusilla Lyon tuned in tonight. Jill Collins-Grigorski, a 1985 graduate of Ludington High. Kathy Schneider, also Coach Charlie Gunsel and family listening from Grand Rapids. Coach Warren Stowe and his Orioles girls regional champion basketball team. Most of them we see here over in the student section right now. Angie Rothman, Lori McKay, Ron Gottwalt, Mike Johnston, good friend of mine, 1985 graduate of Ludington. He was Coach Thad Shank's wedding, member of the 900 Point Club. Jeff Petzak, another great friend of mine. My best buddy, Chris Castellani. Also Lynn Richard, Andrew Talsma, or is it Talsma? Andrew Talsma, Michael Olson, Jeannie and Larry Anderson, Sunshine Schillinger's grandparents. Dorothy Miraz, that's Miss Jen Miraz's mom. Patty Westcott Sixberry, Adam Beaker, former Ludington point guard. Eleanor Anderson, Rich Kirby's mother-in-law. Bill Lynn, also Chris Dipzinski, Erica Shaner Stekinga. Did I say it right?
Stekinga. I mean, Scoop, you might as well just give a shout out to the whole damn town of Ludington.
Well, you know, her and her husband and her mother-in-law, they're the owners of Bowers Harbor up in Traverse City.
Very cool.
Yep, great place. My wife and I love that place. All right, 2:20 to go. Cadillac up 45-39 after that three-pointer by Dylan Eaton. There's Genema. Oh, he's money. He's money.
Yeah, he steps into threes and he makes it. It's 48-39 now with 2 minutes to go, and he's just got a pretty shot, Scoop. I mean, he's a good ball player.
And now Orioles, I missed what happened there. Schillinger takes one right in the mush right there. Well, I guess was that a three-pointer that Genema just got? It's 48-39, is that correct?
Yeah, they're calling it a three-pointer. I think it was.
Okay. And then we had a turnover down here, Gertzie. What happened down there? I had my head down for
Sunshine pulled up from the elbow and was short on his shot.
Okay, my bad.
And they got the rebound.
I was jotting down some points right there. As I enjoy doing both, you know, doing the play-by-play and being statistician. But sometimes it's you can't put your eyes down for a half a second. That's how quickly things are going out there. Ludington trails 48-39, 1:52 left in this game. Montag with it now. Genema, and there's Schillinger. What a job. Schillinger with the steal. Schillinger, good! Schillinger with the steal and the basket. Ludington trails 48-41, and Montag went down really hard right there,
I think
Gertzie.
he's still cramping is what's happening.
Time for more shout-outs. Let's see here. Austin Tyndall, Mason County Central graduate, but he's tuned in tonight. Dave Buskirk.
Spartan that wishes he was an Oriole.
Also, shout out to Keely Schulte, Chris Vanderhaeg, Jocelyn Davey, Michelle Lynn, that's Olivia Lynn's mom, Chase Rohr, he was at the game last night, cheering on his sister Ryan, Sarah Lohman, also Bill Sterling Sr., J.P. Dinas, Rob Killips Jr., Deb Plow, Chris and Susan Moffitt, Deb Hayner, Tom Bierbauer, Caleb Anthony, Ludington Oriole, great. He was an all-state football player for the Orioles.
He's a heck of a player.
Heck of a, you know, he still owns some track and field records. Don Barbo, my journalism teacher, and he was quite a coach at Ludington.
He was my 7th grade basketball coach.
Denny Stidham, Chuck Keller, Ken Pryor, Kathy Gibson, Kelly McPike, Kevin Jonas. He was a pretty good football player on that 89 team, Bob Organ and those guys. And Dr. Penny Cook.
I mean, Scoop, I'm impressed you got through that whole list. I'm going to give a shout-out to old poor man Denny Wilson and his wife Barb. I know they're watching at home. And we got to get back into this game here. Looks like we got the Montag off the floor after cramping, and then we'll get the show on the road.
This has been a really good ball game, Gertzie. We knew it would be. We knew it was going to be anything like the game earlier this season where Cadillac defeated the Orioles by 22, 52-30 at Hawley Gym.
Yeah, and even though we keep trying to get closer, it feels like Cadillac's in control right now, which is unfortunate because they haven't given up the lead in a long time, and it's 41-48 with a minute and a half left.
And there's a court-long pass right there, 1:29 to go, and with it is Aiden Gurdon. Gurdon now to Genema, and now a foul called on the Orioles. And I got one last shout-out on my list, Dana White. A shout-out to Dana White, and yeah, I'm pretty shocked I was able to get through this list as well, Gertzie. You look at that, it looks like Chinese arithmetic.
Yeah, it does. I'm impressed. Scoop.
Hey, we love Oriole Nation. We love all the Oriole fans tuning in to OSN and WMOM and supporting the Ludington Orioles. All right, there's a Orioles forced a turnover, Gertzie. Now we need some offense. Ludington trails 48-41. There's 1:15 to go in the game. Stranger things have happened.
Yep, there's plenty of time, Scoop. We got a minute left. All it takes is a 3 here.
Lacombe shot up and no good. Tip back, no good. Kept alive. Schillinger with it now. Schillinger shot up and he draws the foul. 1 minute to go in the game. Orioles trail 48-41.
1 minute to go, and you got plenty of time to make some magic happen. You make both these free throws, get into a press, get a steal, get a quick bucket. I got a quick shout out to my uncle Reg Fuelling. Guy I look up to. He was a hell of a wrestler.
He was for Mason County Central. I remember watching him wrestle live when I was like in probably 5th or 6th grade.
I know that'll make him smile.
Yeah.
Probably another Spartan that wishes he was an Oriole.
He was a heck of a wrestler for the Spartans. They had some really good teams and good wrestlers at Mason County Central. Ludington's had 2 state champions, Jeff Krause and also Joel Trim.
Mm-hmm.
Schillinger gets both free throws. Schillinger with 14 points leads the Orioles. Ludington trails by just 5, 48-43. Let's see Coach Thad Shank work more of his
pressure on.
More of his March magic, Gertzie. See if he can. Cadillac with the ball. 58 seconds to go in the game.
Jeez.
And now
they gave him a timeout.
Oh, look at Coach Shank. You know what? Coach Shank is walking a line right now where he's not been called for a technical since the girls' district championship game back here 6 or 7 years ago.
I mean, that's pretty bad. And I know he's still on the ref right now. He wants somebody to come talk to him. Knows come talk to him. And the ref that called the timeout is just walking away from him. And, man, it looked like there was a travel in that corner. But they gave him the timeout instead. That's the second timeout that should have been a Ludington Oriole ball.
Ludington trails 48-43. And again, we congratulate Coach Warren Stowe and his girls, Ludington girls, on that just marvelous, fantastic, thrilling, exciting 34-31 win last night at Gaylord in the Division II Regional number 9 championship game. The Ludington Orioles will now play on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, March 15th at Cadillac High School against the 22-2 Frankenmuth Eagles. Our Orioles 19-5.
Wow. It's a good year so far, Scoop.
Right now, though, Gertrude, 57 seconds left. Ludington trails by 5, 48-43. Cadillac basketball. They'll get the ball in. Genema with it. Now Genema is going to be fouled there, and the foul will be called on Dylan Eaton.
Yep.
You know, if our girls can pull off that, and they're going to be the underdog, no doubt about that, against Frankenmuth. They can win that game. They punch their ticket to the Breslin Center in the Final Four.
Which would be pretty cool. That's a high schooler's dream right there. If you're a high school basketball player, you always want to get to the Breslin.
Gertzie, only one Ludington girls team has been to the Breslin Center in the Final Four, the 2004 team.
And they were a heck of a team.
Yeah,
Randy
they were.
Kuiper, Emily Hall, Michaela Raven. They had some good ball players. Kaylin Petzak.
Kaylin Petzak. You could just go right down the list there. All right, 52 seconds to go now. Ludington's going to have to foul. They have 16 fouls. Oh, and now they're going to, okay, shot is no good. They're going to call the foul there on Aiden Gilchrist and Gertzie. It looked like right in front of the Cadillac student section, a Ludington Oriole committed a foul and it was not called.
Yeah, it looked like they let that go, and then he was driving to the hoop, and then we got a foul on the layup.
As Coach Shank said after that game at Zeeland East last week, and Coach Shank is not one to say that.
No.
And he basically said the officials did not like us tonight. They did us no favors.
Yeah, and I mean, Thad's not going to make any excuses. You can't.
Yeah.
You got to take the refs out of it. You got to play your game. You got to make your shots. But at the same time, I mean, refs can really control a game, but you got to deal with adversity. I mean, we still got a 5-point game, Scoop.
Yep, first free throw is no good there by Gurdon. Second attempt is up and no good. Rebound to Lacombe. And now we got 42 seconds left, and the Orioles trail by 5. Eaton, the shot is up. It's good! It's good. Dylan Eaton bangs a 3. They only trail by 3 now, 48-45, and there's a foul with 30 seconds to go. As I said, Gertzie, stranger things have happened. Coach Thad Shank weaves a really, really good magic. Yeah, that should have been a 3. That should have been a 3. And I'm sure they're going to be talking about that right now. Boy, did Dylan Eaton got that right in stride, right in rhythm, Gertzie, and he nailed it. Yeah, Coach Shank right now is saying, hey.
And these refs are missing it right now.
Free throws up and no good. Tip. Lacombe has it. And now a foul on Cadillac. We got to get this straight. Wow. 29 seconds to go. There, they got the 3 up there now. The 3 is on the board. 29.6 seconds to go.
All right,
Cadillac,
we're going to the line.
Yep. Cadillac 48, Ludington 46. And now Cadillac fouls Peyton Lacombe, and he'll go to the free throw line.
All right, we got to make our free throws. And this is a bonus right now, so it's 1-1. We're down 2. We got 30 seconds left. We make both free throws. We tie it up, and then you just get back into your defensive press.
I'll tell you, Gertzie, 9th straight night, and it seems like every game is more intense and more exciting than the previous one. And I didn't think of last night, and our girls went in 34-31 in an absolute thriller. And now we have another thriller here tonight at Manistee High School in the boys district championship.
Yeah, right now we just got to make sure that we're finishing our possessions on the defensive end, we're going to get probably one more defensive stop, hopefully, but we got to make these free throws right here. And this is the guy you want on the line. You want your best player on the line, and that's Peyton Lacombe.
Aiden Gilchrist will report into the game. Dylan Eaton takes a seat. Boy, has Eaton picked it up in this fourth quarter.
Yeah,
hit some key shots.
Threes.
Peyton Lacombe at the free throw line. Very calmly sinks the first free throw.
Yep. That's a lot of pressure right here. I mean, that's what your leader does, right, Scoop? Somebody that can come to the line and make your free throws. Now let's make a second one.
Orioles trail by a point, 48-47. Lacombe's second attempt, up and good! We got a tie game, folks! It's Bedlam in our student section. 26 seconds left.
No fouls.
Ludington 48, Cadillac 48. Genema trying to create some space. That's a double dribble! That should have been a double dribble! They're not going to... Oh, my!
They called an and one, and there should have been a double dribble.
That was a double dribble!
Okay, you got to move past it now at this point. So they got an and one. We got Genema at the line shooting one after that, and we got 20 seconds left. But, man...
Oh, my.
That's
a double dribble right there is missed.
Yeah, it's a tough call.
Genema gets the basket and a foul.
Yeah, that's
2-point lead for Cadillac, 18 seconds to go. Wow.
All right, we got to box out here, Scoop. They haven't made free throws all game.
Genema's free throw, good.
Okay,
so 3-point Cadillac lead, 18 seconds left. Here come the Orioles. Sunshine with Schillinger with it now. Lacombe, 12 seconds. They'll give it to Lacombe. Lacombe now in the corner. Levi Lehman. Lehman. And now Lehman's fouled with 6.7 seconds to go as he was driving the baseline.
Yeah, so the only problem I have with that is that you got a ref on the baseline who doesn't call, and the guy that's all the way on the other side of the court at half court is calling that foul. So now we go to the line. We're shooting 1-1 with 6 seconds left. You got to make your free throws here for Levi Lehman.
Timeout on the floor. Boy, over the years, Cadillac and Ludington have had some epic and classic battles, and we got another one right here, Gertzie.
Yeah, this is a good game. We got 3 points left, we're down 3 with 6 seconds left, and we got to make sure that not only are we playing good defense, which we did, but we're not getting the breaks right now, Scoop, and we can point our fingers at the refs and anything else, but if we're not going to make our shots and complete possessions, then we have nobody else but to blame than ourselves.
I understand.
Right? I know at the end of the game, Dad Shank's not going to want to talk about the refs, right? He's want to talk about what did we do wrong, what do we need to fix. So we need to make this free throw, get a quick foul, or get a turnover and put it back up.
That'll be the first to say we did not lose that game because of the officials, but the Orioles have not caught any breaks in this ball game tonight.
No, I agree with that. We didn't catch any breaks. There were some very questionable calls, but at the same time, we got to make sure that we're making our free throws here and then getting into our press.
Exactly.
1-1.
1-1. Levi Lehman at the free throw line. Ludington trails by 3, 51-48. The Orioles had just tied the game up at 48 apiece. And, we unfortunately, Cadillac caught a big break down here at the offensive end. Okay, Levi Lehman at the free throw line. Free throws up, too much. Rebound, Lacombe. Lacombe up, no good, tip. Cadillac has it, 2 seconds, and that's going to be it. Final score, the Ludington Orioles' 4-year reign as district champions comes to an end. It's their first district loss since March 11th, 2016, Gertzie.
Yeah, that's tough. And it was a passionate game. It was a good game. It was a great high school basketball game. You feel for the seniors, Caleb Smith, Peyton Lacombe, and Dylan Eaton. And unfortunately, this is where their season ends, and that's in the district finals. They played very hard. I know Shanks is going to be very proud of this team. They fought hard the whole game, and they had a great season, but unfortunately we just came up short. We didn't catch the breaks that we needed, and unfortunately ended in a 3-point loss. So
yeah, it looks like the Orioles ended up being, let's see here, 31, 41, 41-51. So the Orioles outscored Cadillac 17-14 in that fourth quarter. But they fall by 3 points, 51-48. And these two great rivals, I'll tell you what, Ludington Cadillac, they've had some epic matchups. We were just talking about it, Gertzie. 2010 basically through 2015, Cadillac Vikings controlled our district. 2016, the Orioles were defeated in the championship game by the Benzie Central Huskies, and that was their last loss in district play until tonight. Ludington had controlled the districts up through tonight, and boy, losing by just 3, 51-48. Tough loss, but our boys played their hearts out, and so did Cadillac. And give it up for Cole Genema and Peyton Lacombe, both nowhere near 100%. Boy, did they played, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's always tough to lose, and you got to show good sportsmanship here, and watching Cadillac get their medals and get their trophy. And man, this is where it all kind of sets in when you're a senior.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where tears start flowing. You look at your family, you look at your mom and dad, or whoever comes and support you, and you think of all the years that they took you to basketball practice through elementary school, through middle school, and now through high school, and it all comes back to fruition, and it's something hard to give up.
Yeah, we're going to step aside here for 2 minutes, and then we're going to step aside for 2 minutes. When we return, the Smith and Eddy post-game show here on the OSN and WMOM. Stay tuned, those fans.
At Pure Marquette Builders, we build the home of your dreams without the headaches normally associated with home building. Fast, simple, and completely customized to fit your needs. Pure Marquette Builders builds beautiful modular homes in the Ludington and surrounding West Michigan communities. Please call Scott at 231-398-7463 to discuss your future products. Pure Marquette Builders is proud to support Ludington Oriole Athletics. Go O's!
You deserve more than just a fast quote when it comes to your insurance. With over 12 decades of experience, we at Smith & Eddy are here to provide you with the best information and to stand by your side when you need us most. With offices in Ludington, Scottville, and Manistee, we are happy to help at wherever home may be. Let our team of highly trained professionals help you find the best insurance to secure your lifestyle needs. The security you need from the people you know. Smith & Eddy Insurance.
Welcome back to Manistee High School. The Cadillac Vikings receiving their district championship medals. And you know how badly they wanted it, Gertzie. Ludington has taken it to them over the last 4 districts, and then there was a 5th one where Cadillac and Ludington were getting set to meet in the district championship, and that game was canceled due to the pandemic. But Orioles, again, not their first district loss since March 11th, 2016.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be proud of this team, though. It was a great season.
Likewise.
You got a lot of great players on this team. You feel for the seniors and Dylan Eaton, Caleb Smith, and Peyton Lacombe. And, man, you just think of a couple calls go differently. This game's a completely different game. And we did very well dealing with adversity because some of those calls were very questionable. And our team, they kept their chin up. And we kept playing through it, and you never want to blame the refs, and we're not blaming the refs. It's just you need to make the shots that you need to make. You got to quit having turnovers. We gave up a lot of offensive rebounds, unfortunately.
You're right, Gertzie. We're not, as you mentioned, we talked to Coach Thad Shanker in a little bit. Orioles came back, tied it up at 48 apiece, and we're thinking, oh, here we go again with the Coach Thad Shank magic with his players. And like you said, you really feel for our seniors. And those seniors, again, for Ludington, of course, Peyton Lacombe, Caleb Smith, and Dylan Eaton. And, Dylan Eaton really stepped up tonight and hit some clutch shots. And when they tied it at 48 apiece, you figure, okay, we're going to get a stop here. We're going to go down, and we're going to end up winning this game. And Coach Thad Shank is going to continue with his March Madness method of winning.
I really thought that something magical was going to happen there when we were down 8 with a minute and a half left, and we started hitting shots. Dylan Eaton started making threes, and then all of a sudden we got a turnover. We got another 3, got a turnover, and then we got it tied up, and we made a couple free throws, and then all of a sudden we probably miss a double dribble call, and they get an and 1, and then we're down 3 all of a sudden.
Just like that.
And then we come back, and we miss the front end of a 1-and-1, and that's how the game ends. So, unfortunately, here comes Coach Shank, and I'm going to give him my headset.
Ludington ends up 14-9 on the season. And as you mentioned, a great season for our Ludington Orioles. Come so close to another district championship. Coach Shank is going to take the headset right now. And Coach Shank, we knew this ball game wasn't going to be anything, at least we felt it wasn't going to be anything remotely like the 22-point loss your boys suffered at Hawley Gym, 52-30 earlier this season. And it turned out to be one heck of a ball game. When your boys tied it up at 48 apiece after trailing like that, I said, okay, here we go. Coach Shank and his players again with their March magic, and it just wasn't to be tonight. Tough loss for your boys. You really feel for your seniors.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's a tough loss, but, you go out knowing that you left everything on the floor. I couldn't be prouder of them. I mean, I want to be able to practice another day, but wasn't to be. I mean, you got to take your hats off to Cadillac. They, they're one hell of a defensive team like we talk about it. They make it hard to score. They're so well coached, and we had our opportunities. We had a lot of good looks at the basket tonight that just did not fall.
Yeah.
And that's part of basketball. The team usually who makes the most shots wins. I don't know, what their 3-point percentage was, but it was better than ours. And in the long run, that's probably what was the difference. And second shots. There was a couple situations there down the stretch of that game right there where we had played great defensive possessions and we couldn't finish it off, but they're big and strong at every position, and it is what it is.
Your boys wanted this bad. Cadillac wanted it bad. Your Orioles 4 district championships in a row. We couldn't play the one year because of the pandemic. Cadillac and Ludington were set to play in a championship game. Ludington Orioles pretty much since 2017 have been district champions in this. Cadillac 2010 through 2015, so it's been a while for them. So they were really hungry, not that your boys weren't any more hungry. Coach, you're never one to criticize the officiating, but there were some calls tonight that were pretty questionable.
Well, it's just, that's a hard game to ref. I mean, you want to be down there reffing that game.
No, I don't.
That is a one heck of a tough game to referee and physical, and it is what it is. We had shots that if we would have put down, we could be victorious right here, and that's all we can control. So is what it is.
Well, and Gertzie and I, we were talked about that a bit, and just a tough loss tonight, 51-48. What do you want to say about your 3 seniors?
Well, all 3 just huge contributors in a different way, and I've said it before, but you talk about Peyton Lacombe and you talk about a kid who's, scored over 1,000 points for you and played 4 years for you and had to deal with you 4 years. That unselfish superstar that all his teammates like just because he's selfless, even though he kind of is a superstar. And, he played his heart out tonight, and it's not easy playing on 2 bad angles.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And, Caleb Smith, Caleb Smith, the unsung hero of this basketball team. We had a lot of people, talking about this basketball team this year, how we're underachieving and stuff like that. And, a lot of people, Caleb Smith kept this team together in a situation where he's not getting the minutes that he would like to get. You know what I'm saying? And
yes.
And, there's a lot of white noise out there when you have a basketball team, and a lot of people in your kids' ears all the time about what's going on and what's not good and what's not right. And when you got seniors like that who are in his position and do what he does every day, bringing it every day, that's huge. And he played key minutes for us tonight as well. And, Dylan Eaton, there's not a kid on this earth that works harder than Dylan Eaton, man. Whoever's out there hiring kids for jobs and stuff like that, or is going to hire somebody to take your company to the next level, is a Dylan Eaton, because he's a grinder, man, and he works really, really hard. Hit a couple big shots tonight to keep us in this basketball game. So, proud of them all.
Yeah. I love my Ludington Orioles, Coach. That was just a media question I had to ask you right there.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about, it would have been easy for a lot of times this team to look at their coach and say, hey, people don't think we're going in the right direction, and that never once happened. You know what I'm saying? And they stayed together, and they fought, and they believed in each other, and they believed in their coaches. And that's easier said than done in today's society. So I love them for that, number one. So really, really proud of them for that. And is what.
Yeah. Well, you look tonight, Cole Genema, playing. He wasn't at 100%. Neither was Peyton Lacombe, and Genema had 18 for them. And Montag, I thought, had a monster game as well.
Montag is hard to keep in front, and probably there down the stretch, we tied the ball game. We went stay. We didn't go. We've been going after him and trapping him, and we were just a little over aggressive in our stay, and we were taking our attack mentality to our stay a little bit, and they just broke us down on the dribble one too many times tonight, and you give them credit. They're good athletes, and they're a hard guard.
Well, Coach, 14-9 season for your boys, and 10-0. Perfect record in the last season of the Lake State Conference champions. What was the one thing that most satisfied you about this season for your team?
Well, I kind of talked about it. They believed, and they came and worked every day, and things didn't go our way in a lot of games during the season that we thought we had an opportunity to win. And no matter what their role is, they came and they worked each and every day, and it says a lot about those kids, and that's what I'll remember from this group.
Tough loss tonight, Coach, but a good season for your Orioles.
It's a great season.
Yeah, a great season.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Come on, just because we're not playing in a quarterfinal tomorrow doesn't mean it's not a great season. Hey, this is good too. We can go and we can give all our energy to the girls program, and the job that they've done over the past couple weeks is phenomenal, and I know our guys love those gals, and we haven't been able to support them all the time this year because of opposite sites and stuff like that. And hey, let's celebrate. we celebrated so much over the years, you forget. That's the one thing you forget here. We've celebrated and celebrated and celebrated. Cadillac has felt like we did for 5 straight years. So no, I'm ready to celebrate the girls and enjoy their run right now, and not go to practice every day for a little bit.
All right, Coach, I agree with you on that. I guess my being spoiled over the years was coming out right there in my statement.
Yeah, and we gotta. We've been the hunted for a long time, and we gotta. It's not going to be a bad thing for this program to get hungry because we're something that we don't have. So that's not a bad situation to be in. I think some of our kids come in our program sometimes and think we're Ludington, we're just going to win, which is a great tradition and stuff to have, but it takes a hell of a lot of work. So.
Definitely. Now
Thanks for all you guys do, man. Scoop, I'm not giving you any issues.
I realize that, and that's what I love about you, Coach. You keep me in line. And
thanks for all you guys. Braden Crowline is the best, man. He is the best. I like Grzinski, but Crowline's the best. I love you guys for all the support you get. No, there's not a school in Michigan that gets the support athletically that we do from your Oriole Sports Network, Scoop. Good job.
Thanks for the great words there, Coach. We love you, too. All right, Coach Thad Shank. And Gertzy's going to put that headset back on right now. And as Coach Shank said, and he pointed out to me, and I'll be the first to admit it when I'm wrong, and I am spoiled. We are spoiled as Ludington Oriole fans. And it was a great season.
It was a great season.
If I came across the Oriole fans out there listening to Oriole Nation that, it was a good season. No, it was a great season, as Coach Shank said. It's just a tough loss tonight.
Yeah, and it's always hard to lose. And the thing that I respect most about Coach Shank and why I love Coach Shank is these kids, even though they lost this game, they're going to win in life. I can tell you that. These kids are going to be ready for anything that life throws at them in college, or if they don't go to college, in their professional careers on this next step of life. And that's why you play for Coach Shank. That's why kids want to come to Ludington basketball and play for Coach Shank, because he teaches you more than basketball. He's not only the best coach in the state of Michigan, in my opinion, but he's a great leader. He's a great teacher, and he's an even better mentor. He's a better friend than you'll find in most people, and I know he's a great husband and a great father. So everything that Thad says is gold in my book, and I respect the hell out of him, and I know he expects a lot out of his players, but they also respect everything that he does for them.
I echo your comments that you just made about Coach Shank. I feel the same way. You know how I have such high regard for Thad, and just think he's a wonderful coach and a wonderful person.
Yes, he is.
And a couple things we want to talk about, Gertie, before we sign off here, and it's been awesome this year doing games with you as my color commentary man. It was awesome with whoever I've been working with, but you and I seemed, it's
we have fun.
We have a lot of. I have fun with everyone, but. Mm-hmm. Your knowledge of basketball, and Evan McKinley was really clicking last night,
great.
too.
Absolutely.
I thought he did a tremendous job. Everybody who's worked with me has done a tremendous job. And I can't say enough about Braden Kronline and the job he's done both with football and basketball as our technical engineer for both the Oriole Sports Network and WMOM.
Scoop, before you get to your closing comments, I mean, you're the one that leads this team, too, from a media point of view, and everybody in the community looks to you, whether it's for shout-outs, whether to listen to your intensity in the games, and I speak for all of Oriole Nation, I'm sure, and we thank you, and we love your passion for Oriole sports, and we appreciate everything that you do for us. So keep being you, and we really appreciate what you bring to this, not only the OSN, but the Oriole Sports program.
Thank you very much, Gertzie, for those nice words, and hopefully I won't bleed too much orange and black tonight.
It's all right. It's all right.
I love my Orioles.
Yeah.
Love my Orioles.
Nothing wrong with that.
And,
we recover and we come back stronger next year.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought we were going to hit that again tonight. We're, when we tied it up at 48 apiece, I said, here we go again.
Mm-hmm.
That March magic. And just wasn't to be tonight. The Cadillac Vikings, give them a lot of credit. Cadillac, heck of a ball team year in and year out. And like Coach Shanks said, they're hungry. They're tired of seeing Ludington win in this district. Last four years.
Could you imagine having somebody beat you year over year over year, especially Coach Benzema coming back and losing to Coach Shank in the district for 4 years? I mean, you got to figure it out. And there's some passion that gets built up that wants to come beat them. So. Hats off to Cadillac. They're a good team. So it's not like we lost to a bad team.
No.
They're a great
Very
team.
good team. And now we wish them luck as they proceed into the regionals.
Absolutely.
Yep, definitely. We want to send a special little shout out here to Peyton Lacombe. And he finishes off, Gertz. He had 7 points tonight, according to my records. And 7 points. So the Oriole Sports Network records, we had Peyton finishing his varsity career with the Ludington Orioles with 1,014 points. 1,014 points, and he's just nestled right behind Ryan Bogus, a 2001 graduate, who ended up with 1,016. So right now, Peyton Lacombe is in ninth place on the Orioles' all-time scoring list. Only 10 Oriole boys have scored over 1,000 points. What an accomplishment.
That's a great accomplishment, Scoop. I mean, think of how great this program is and how many great basketball players that came through, and we only have 10 in the 1,000-point club.
Yeah.
And Peyton joins that club, and I'm sure Schillinger will be there as well in a few years. But, man, Peyton, and one thing you got to respect about Peyton is that he gutted through this game. You see him walking off the court right now. He's limping, and he's not 100%, but he was going to put his body on the line for his team. So, hats off to Peyton. It's been fun watching him. I know you've loved watching him and watching him dunk. I mean, I've seen you go crazy up here plenty of times.
44 career dunks, Gertzie.
That's pretty cool. And I mean, if we could dunk, we probably would say, hey, I know what that feels like. But we don't, Scoop. And it's fun to watch. And it's fun to watch you get excited over it. And hats off to Peyton Lacombe, Dylan Eaton, and Caleb Smith, the three seniors. They put a lot into this program, and unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
Yeah, he had 44 career dunks. He had 23 dunks this year, his senior year, after having 10 dunks his junior year, 10 dunks his sophomore year, and 1 dunk his freshman year. So
gotcha.
Let's give some love to our girls, Gertzie, before we sign off the air. Last night, they were led by Keelan Laird with 12 points. This is all up on the Oriole Sports Network page. But what a game it was at Gaylord High School last night. Tremendous ball game. No team ever led by more than 3 points. Defensive war between the Negaunee Miners and our Ludington Orioles. And Ludington ends up winning 34-31. With that win, they punched their ticket into the state quarterfinals. Like that, Coach Shank said, let's all get behind the Lady Orioles right now.
Yep.
And if they can upset, they're going to be the underdog against Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth, 22-2, 14-0 in the Tri-Valley Conference, coached by Joseph Jacobs. They really dominated their conference. Their only 2 losses in the season came to Ypsilanti Arbor Prep, 75-45, and that was in the Motor City Roundball Classic, same classic that our Orioles played in.
Yep.
Our Orioles played against the number 1 and 3 ranked teams in Division I in that tournament,
so
Heartland and West Bloomfield, yes. And their other loss came to Grand Blanc, 53-47. Grand Blanc, an 18-5 team. Ypsilanti Arbor Prep, like Frankenmuth, also 22-2 on the season.
Yeah, those are a couple good teams, but we're a good team too, Scoop. And
exactly.
We got a lot of height. We got a lot of senior leadership. So hopefully we go into that game and play our heart out and get the W and go to the Breslin.
Exactly. Gertzie, that game will be on Tuesday, March 15th at Cadillac High School at 7 p.m. the tip-off against the Frankenmuth Eagles. And, really looking forward to that one. If our Orioles can win that ball game, Gertzie, and they're going to have all of Oriole Nation behind them solidly, they will move on to the Division II state semifinals at the Breslin Center in East Lansing on the campus of Michigan State University. A game to be played on March 18th at 7:30 p.m. against the winner of the Portland Raiders and the Detroit Edison team. I can't think of their moniker right now, but they're both powerhouses, and especially Detroit Edison. They are a fantastic ball team. But first things first, Frankenmuth Eagles.
Gotta win the quarters first to get to those semifinals. So
exactly.
Good luck to our girls, and we'll be cheering for you.
Yes, we will. And with that said, for our executive producer, our executive director, boys varsity basketball coach, the one and only Thad Shank, and for my color commentary man tonight, Kyle Grzinski, and our technical engineer of the OSN WMOM, the one and only Braden Kronline. This is the voice of the Orioles, Todd Scoop Hansen, saying so long from Manistee High School. Once again, your final score in the Division II District number 35 championship game, the Cadillac Vikings 51, the Ludington Orioles 48. Talk to you all on Tuesday, folks, from Cadillac. Until then, have a great weekend. Good night.